What would you guys say is the reason that you guys got started in this? I mean, more specifically, what inspired you to start helping the homeless people, and what also inspired you to start posting out on social media?
Me first. Okay. Well, I guess ever since I was young, seeing the homeless on the streets, it just kind of brings you down, and I believe it brings all of us down as a society because everyone ignores it. But I mean, it personally makes me not feel good when I see them on the streets. And then there's one day in particular when we saw a guy sleeping on at the bus stop, and it was snowing like really bad, and I was like, damn, I just put myself in their position, and I just can't look away.
And it's crazy how many people and cars drive by.
Yeah.
No one really helps, so that is also a big issue.
And what inspired you guys to start posting online about it?
So we actually used to we still do follow a few accounts where we've noticed they started posting it on social media, and they're not from the state, but they get a lot of the help from their community and communities around the world or the country. And they get donations, they can help so much, and that's kind of what we're trying to do, more to just give back to them.
And to know more people too. Sorry to interrupt you. More people that will to get our name out there and connect with other people.
And the resources as well. Just to be a resource as well.
Yeah, no, I see a lot of people online. They a lot of times they'll, I don't know why it is, but they'll criticize those people, saying they just want clout or something like that. But it's at the end of the day, by posting it online, you're still getting millions of people to help donate, and you're still helping a ton of people by doing that.
Oh, exactly.
So, I don't really understand the criticism. Have you guys had to face any of that, do you think?
Well, recently we did get some comments, that bash what we're doing. It was kind of a dumb comment, kind of about have you heard about feeding the birds? That's kind of what you're doing.
Keeping them
That's
around,
crazy.
Yeah, I was
crazy.
like, oh, wow.
Sorry, but
Yeah,
that.
no, I was like, oh my god, it took me a while to get it. So I was like, what
And
is he
she didn't get it, and I'm like, no, he's just being an asshole, right? And I'm like, that's fine. I was like, dude, thanks for showing me
Was this in person or online?
No,
It was a comment.
And
Yeah,
it's
it was a
actually
comment.
someone that sent that to my personal account.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have my personal, and we got the street smiles.
So is it someone you guys know personally, or you kind of are acquainted with them?
I went to school with him. So
Gotcha.
come on, dude.
Yeah.
God,
people
kind of makes it a little bit more hurtful. But
and it's
whatever.
and then I kind of killed him with kindness. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it also somewhat brings awareness to the problem too by posting. It's we have a massive homeless problem in this country, unfortunately, right now, and I think a lot of it is probably due to drugs. I mean, I don't know. What have you guys experienced? Well, because you're actually out there. How often do you go out?
We go once a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
And definitely there is a drug issue. I mean, in some of the videos, like I said, we got them fast forward, but if you pay attention, some of them are doing drugs and doing what,
there was a moment in particular. We were walking by and the guy was smoking something, and the wind hit just right, and I got a smell of it. I was like,
so
oh
we're
no, I
trying
was
to
like,
get
no.
away from it.
I mean, it's somebody actually sent me a message. This girl that I went to school with, and she goes, a lot of people don't realize that homelessness leads to addiction, and not all people are addicts when they become homeless, because there's so many things. There's older people, Social Security, so many. The list goes on and on of ways you can become homeless. And then addiction coming after. So.
Well, I think it's a way they probably go to it if they're not already addicts beforehand. A lot of it they probably go to it to kind of numb the pain.
Exactly.
Probably.
Yeah.
And especially during the winter months, I can imagine those rates probably only increase, especially when it's snowing outside. And you said, you saw someone freezing under a bridge getting snowed on.
So I myself used to go to drug and alcohol treatment. Downtown, kind of by where the lighthouse is, and one of the counselors had told me how a guy, or that morning or the morning before, there was police out there just because they had found someone that had froze to death, and you don't hear about it just because it's, someone that
their identity and nobody even knows who it was or anything like that. Sucks.
No one knows who it is, so it's kind of just a nobody.
Yeah,
that's kind of what they treat him as.
It's crazy. I mean, it's really, really unfortunate how that happens. What would you say is like? Do you think a lot of that is caused like what percentage wise, if you were to estimate, how much do you think is drugs involved beforehand?
Ooh, maybe over 50.
Yeah, the majority. Yeah, for sure.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, I mean,
It's also sucks because the Wenatchee Rescue Mission, and I'm not sure about the Salvation Army, but I know that. Well, you can't have any drugs to like stay the night in there or anything. I know you can get meals and stuff. I don't think they check you, but it's hard when the resources are limited because you have to be sober, but then the resources to get sober aren't provided. So it's so easy for them to just keep on going back to getting high again.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then luckily we're not kind of like where Seattle's at. You know, we're not providing Narcan, and it's like that makes it just even easier for them to just keep using and stuff. But I know there is, I think DSHS or whatever. I know they provide Narcan.
I do believe that Narcan is important because
it's definitely
I don't
important,
want them dying out there.
But you know,
so there's a lot of debate about that, especially in Seattle. It's like a hot topic because like they hand out needles and stuff, and it's tough because like you don't want these people to get viruses and die and everything. But at the same time, like
it's a hard topic.
Because especially at the same time, you're also kind of like incentivizing doing it. Like you're not helping, and it's like I feel like there's almost like if they dedicated more resources towards actually solving the problem instead of feeding into it, like there's got to be some way that money can go into like an actual resource center that actually helps, or rehabilitation center that actually can take people in. And like homeless people obviously don't have money, so rehab costs thousands and thousands of dollars. So it's like, how are these people going to get clean, and how can you expect them to get clean?
I know. And also like a mental, like a counseling and mental health, just as long as with, because like I know there's drug and alcohol counselors that don't really like specialize in, like, some of them are schizophrenic, some of them have so many other trauma and terrible things that have happened to them that play into it all. And I feel like it honestly needs to be studied and like pinpointed.
I actually heard that's a pretty big percentage of homeless people is schizophrenic, which is insane. And it's wild because like those people, they can't help it, like, and medicine's so expensive nowadays. I know there's a medicine that actually helps people with schizophrenia and like tones all of it down and helps them from stop going in those episodes. But it's like, how can they afford that? Like the price of medicine here is nuts.
In Kashmir, remember? He was schizophrenic. He passed away.
Yeah, he passed away, what, like 2-3 years ago now? And he was very local. So I went to school in Kashmir. So that's kind of, he was the only kind of homeless person we knew about in Kashmir. So that was crazy, you know?
Yeah, you sold up a sign saying, "I need money for meds."
Yeah, so we gave him food a few times as well. And this was way before we did social media and stuff like that. You know, and then kind of with what you were saying, I had read something about there's supposed to be like $90,000 spent on each homeless person a year or something like that. It's like, where's the government? You know, even spending that money at, you know?
Well, that's the one thing is like, especially with taxes, it's like we pay all this money as citizens, and like we have no idea where any of that's going.
Exactly.
And I had someone on a podcast a couple of weeks ago, and that's something I would like to see. Like if we're as people contributing to society and paying millions and millions of dollars in taxes, I feel like we should get like an itemized receipt of where that money's going. Because like,
for sure,
like why does our government fail to audit every year? And this isn't even like choosing sides or anything. This is just like a general thing that happens on both sides.
No, literally.
And it doesn't matter what state you're in. It's like the money goes to absolutely ridiculous things.
It's ridiculous.
Like they'll try and like write it off or whatever. Like same thing with like roads and whatnot. Like why do these roads, or why are they so terrible, or why do projects take so long? It's like we're way overcomplicated.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's really unfortunate. But the one thing, going back to like the drug problem, it's what I think is really sad about it is I think the government has the power and capabilities to do it. So the main thing right now is fentanyl. and I'm
Oh, yeah.
sure you guys have
Oh, yeah.
probably seen that, and
Mhm.
it's sad because that's like one of the most addictive drugs there
Oh, yeah.
is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you just constantly have people overdosing on that, especially like in bigger cities like Seattle or New York. You're
Mhm.
seeing that a lot.
And then
Oh,
us,
yeah.
we ourselves are getting bigger here in Wenatchee, and Wenatchee's just getting bigger, and more people are coming here. I don't know if you've heard of some cities gathering up a bunch of homeless people and then going and dropping them off in different cities.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Well, it's
know.
like a constant. I'm pretty sure they do that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
especially
Oh, yeah.
here in town, I've heard of people busing. Like, we've bused people over to
Yeah.
Moses Lake, and then
Yeah.
Seattle buses people to here, and it's
Yeah.
like this constant cycle
yeah.
of just
Yeah.
busing them everywhere.
They
Uh,
do. We had talked to a few of them that hop around, like Everett. They said, and
Yeah.
they take buses or something like
Some
that.
guy had just came from Portland,
Oh,
as
yeah.
like they just sent him out here just because Portland's got a huge problem as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Portland
Portland is-
is so sad. I was there a
Oh,
few
wow.
years ago. Are you guys familiar with Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
I went and saw him a couple years ago, but it was like I saw him down in Portland, and it's scary down
Yeah.
there. Like
Yeah, I
the-
haven't been, but
the streets, it's like just it's. I think the nickname of it is literally Tent City because
Yeah.
like they just have tents all along the highways, and it's like,
That's crazy.
dude, there's got to be a way for the government to get involved and like actually help these people out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
And-
saw an interview about a homeless guy in Portland, and he was saying that the reason why everybody's down there is because that you can get food and like survive homeless, because like that's why some people try to contradict what we do, because feeding them just gets them by another day and it doesn't
Mhm.
really do anything, and then it kind of the feeding the birds type of thing. But I don't know. It's honestly like
It's so hard.
Yeah, it's
It's
little
like-
acts of kindness.
it's-
Yeah.
Walking this fine line of doing good and trying not to do bad, because it's like you want to help these people, but at what point are you just feeding into their problems?
Yeah,
You know?
we definitely have thought about that a lot ourselves, but
Kind of, what's that lady's name that just passed away?
Miss Shirley? Mhm.
And she was very known around
She
LA,
did, yeah,
and
and-
she'd go out to Las Vegas and feed
Yeah.
a bunch of homeless people. And she was loved all from around the world,
Mhm.
and she passed away, and one of her quotes that kind of stuck with me is she's just putting a band-aid on a bullet wound,
Mhm.
she's putting a band-aid on a bullet wound just because she's only doing so much,
Yeah.
and like she's never going to be able to fix the problem, but
Mhm.
she's doing what she can to at least get them hope and at
Feel a
least get
sense
them
of
through
identity
the day.
too.
Yeah. I mean, I think a big thing that especially helps is having conversations with those people, because how often do they get to have like genuine conversations outside of like begging for food or
Oh,
money
yeah.
or something, and it's like that has to wear you down so much
Yeah.
mentally and
Mhm.
physically
Oh,
as a
yeah.
person. Like
Yeah.
one of the main reasons for life is to have like a purpose and to have some sort of work behind what you do. And
Mhm.
it's like if you're sitting on a corner and this is the only way you can survive right now, there's no purpose behind that. So like
Yeah.
you as a human, just you're gonna feel completely worn and beat down.
There's
Yeah.
this guy, Kenneth. We feed him often. We see him often. And there was one day we picked him up down by the dollar store. We took him down to the rescue mission for dinner. But it's kind of what you were just saying. Talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
We had a whole conversation with him from the drive since we picked him up all the
Mhm.
way till we dropped him off. One of the questions was, we asked him what his favorite music was or what kind of music
Mhm.
he liked. He just said, what did he say?
My favorite kind of music is the kind of music that plays.
You know,
And I said,
It's
and
like,
I told
dude,
him
he
he probably
doesn't
hasn't had a
have,
preference in
you
music
know,
in a very
Mhm.
long time.
it sucks, and it's
Yeah.
like, dang.
How old did he look like?
Oh,
Oh,
he told
we
us.
asked him, and he didn't know. So he doesn't know how old he is, but he knows when he was
what year he was born, and then
He
we
said
calculated.
17.
No,
or
19.
1970 My bad. 1970 something. I believe 1973.
Still an older gentleman.
So, oh yeah.
Yes, he's definitely
you know.
older, and I've seen him around here since like I was younger, like
Yeah.
teens. Like I remember seeing him for a really long time, and he seemed like delusional from afar, honestly.
Yeah.
But because he yells at cars and stuff like that. But I think he's just
And
honestly
we've
wants to be
noticed-
seen.
We've
so
actually
bad.
noticed that with a few people. They'll
Yeah,
actually
so-
they'll be talking to
I don't-
themselves, but the minute we pull up and talk to them, they
They're
like
normal,
snap
you
out of
know?
it.
Yeah.
a lot of them have really like sad traumatic stories, and I bring that up because I actually heard one. One of my old bosses had went to school with someone or like was familiar with him. I forgot exactly what the story behind it was, but this guy, it was something crazy. Like he had watched his brother get stabbed to death or watched his brother get murdered when and ever since then, like it completely like snapped him, like broke his mental capability, and he just changed him forever. And he's one of the guys that you see set towards 7-Eleven and Wenatchee. He's on the corner. He's one of the guys who like you'll see like yelling at cars and stuff.
There's one guy with a red jacket that we feed all the time. That's right there. But there's like 3 of them that kind of like stand. They kind of
look alike too because they all got long hair.
Yeah, he's probably like 5'10" I don't know.
Yeah,
like
it's probably that same guy that was with William that one.
But like I've never we were working right by him one day, and like you can't really have a conversation with him just because he's so out of it now.
Yeah.
But it's sad because like you hear stories like that of like, dude, can you imagine watching one of your family members die?
Oh yeah, no, that'd be crazy.
I don't know if it was that or he walked in on it, but it was something along the lines of him seeing his brother dead.
No,
yeah. Actually, there was a guy. If his name was Ivan or Isaac, but we were looking for other people.
Ivan.
Yeah, Ivan to feed, and he's like, yeah, follow me. And I assumed we felt kind of uncomfortable to follow him. I don't know. I just felt uneasy about it. But then he told us that the night before, he said he really liked what we were doing, that the night before he was at Lincoln Park and that he had a rope and that he tied it up and that he was going to kill himself. He was ready to end it all. He's tired of everything. And that the wind was coming and he just had a sensation of all the bad things that had ever happened. And then somebody came by with a Pop-Tart and asked him if he wanted it, and that it was his ex's favorite flavor or whatever. But it was just a sign. And that, let alone
he
let
took
him
it
live
as
another
a sign,
day.
and then he said us meeting him that day or meeting us that day just kind of also changed, the way everything was. And, we're doing what we can. Some of them have access to, social media if they get Wi-Fi somewhere, They're always hopping around looking for Wi-Fi.
You guys are probably familiar with this guy. I don't know if it's, I'm not trying to be rude, but his nickname's Homeless Jesus.
Oh yeah, Jesus. Oh yeah, he refuses. He refused a meal from us once.
He refused actually twice. He did not want our meals.
Dude, he's a mystery because we're like, does he have money? Does he have a job?
Have you seen some of the videos of him online? Like,
so he's got his own
getting arrested a couple years ago.
Oh, that
dude,
one.
Him doing that
by Target or by Sally's Beauty Salon or whatever.
That was crazy.
When he was.
Yeah, he was doing that weird stuff.
He's like, suck my balls.
Yeah. No, so he's really weird.
Dude,
yeah.
Him with the police. Hey, there was actually that homeless guy that the police shot in front of that. That went completely. Nobody talked about it. It was a couple years ago that the police shot in front of the church right by the where they do the Apple Blossom Memorial Park.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, across the library.
And then nothing. I was like, did that guy survive? Like, what happened?
No, he died.
I think he died.
Oh, he died.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I remember. That's one of the things though is like, a lot of those people are just so erratic. Like you can't tell what they're gonna do or what they're thinking. And so like you said, whenever you talk to that person who was having suicidal ideations, like you were just kind of uncomfortable. Have you ever had any more experiences that have been kind of really sort of sketchy or put you on your toes a little bit?
As of right now, not really. Yeah, and then that's kind of also the issue. A lot of people think they're dangerous, and they're I'm like, yeah, you have to go down there and be aware of potentially they could maybe spaz out, hurt you, or something, right? But they're all pretty nice, and
we've even had some that were nodded out, and then we kind of make our presence known from afar, so that we don't startle anybody, so they don't think that we're stealing their stuff or nothing.
Yeah. But no, luckily nothing. When I do see something sketchy, I'll just tell her to come to the other side.
Yeah, I'm
just kind of keep it away from that area. So. But luckily, we haven't felt attacked.
Yeah, nobody's been aggressive. Nothing like that.
That's
luckily,
good.
They are all pretty grateful, and some are even ashamed to come and get a meal. And I'm like, don't be shy or anything.
Yeah, we
always,
that, we're this is why we're here, And also, when we first started going down there, they thought we were within an organization already, here in town, and we were no, this is us just starting something off, right?
Yeah, that's definitely. Sorry to cut you off. That's definitely one of the big misconceptions, though. Probably is that all homeless people are bad or scary or whatever.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah.
like they are just people at the end
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And obviously, like you said, you should be sort of cautious, especially if you're walking up on someone who's on some sort of drug or whatever. But
yeah.
Yeah.
it's just like they're most people aren't inherently bad.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
what would you say? Is there any other like big misconceptions that you could think about like the homeless community that like a lot of people believe about them?
Hmm. I think maybe the lost cause thing, or, yeah, like some. I mean, that's pretty messed up to say, but I've definitely heard people with point of views of like thinking that, oh, well, don't you think if they had family or somewhere to go, they would go, or like they burnt all those bridges because they're probably not a good person or something, or whatever these assumptions that people make. Like, I think that that's unfair, and I can see where people would like get that, because me at one point I probably did think that, being ignorant. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize how big of a homeless community we had here.
Yeah.
In Wenatchee, you know, and it's like we always see it driving around, or even before we started this, like whenever we'd help,
No,
there was
once you
like
get on foot.
it was like the bus station by McDonald's. That's kind of where we'd see them, and like we know about downtown under the bridge, but once we started walking and actually talking to more people and finding different spots where they hang out, it's like, oh my god, like it's crazy, you know.
Yeah,
how
there's a
many
lot
people
more than we do, like about 30 meals each time, and lately it's kind of been like
we're
we
short.
run out.
We run
Yeah.
out of food, you know. Just yesterday when we went and we did macaroni and cheese again, and then
And baked potato.
we ran out, so we went over to Little Caesars, you know, and then we just got pizzas, and then we just went and
And we
handed
also
that out.
ran out of pizza because there was a guy who
Yeah.
who came in, and we're like, oh no, we give away the last one.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow. So I was trying to tell him, I'm like, dang, we had to feed over like maybe 40 people.
Yeah, you know, and that's
Yeah.
that itself. It's 40 people. It doesn't sound like a lot, but like
It's more than
40
I
people
thought we had
don't
here. in
have
Wenatchee,
homes.
Yeah. What would you say is one of the like best moments or best encounters you've had with someone on the streets?
I liked.
What's
Okay,
yours?
our first one was William. He was just an older man that like he just started telling us his life story, kind of, and I liked how charismatic he was. But then recently there was that other girl that we had met. I forgot her name, but she was like a character, I would say.
which who?
The one that was like yelling at the other girls, and like she was
She's
funny
on
as
one of
hell,
our
though.
videos. She's
Yeah.
very funny. She definitely has some mental
yeah.
problems, you know, but she's super funny, you know, and like you
And
can tell she's
harmless.
been through some hard shit, and
Yeah.
life's
Mhm.
been hard for her, and that sucks, you know, because you know it sucks like to even think about like where their life could be right now if whatever broke them in life hadn't broke them, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
And like that shit sucks. But I don't know. One of my favorite encounters is actually dang, what would I say? I was thinking about just like kind of Kenneth.
Kenneth was a good one, yeah.
He-
Oh well, when we came, yesterday when we fed them, we saw him and we go, hey, and we waved, and his had a big ass smile on his face.
smiled, you know. We made
Yeah.
his day because he's
Yeah.
like, oh, like
And
I
he's like, "Hey,
remember
it's you
them,
guys."
you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we fed him right away, and like I don't know, it's just kind of nice that now we kind of have a relationship with some of them, you know, and they recognize us that we go once a week, and like I don't think they're waiting for us, but it's cool that they are there,
Yeah.
you know, and they kind of rely on
It
us.
reminds them that somebody is
Someone
thinking
c-
about them. and
Someone
that-
still cares.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
there's still hope, a little bit of hope.
and it almost shocks them when we tell them like, oh, we'll be back, you know, because maybe somebody's told them that before. But the first guy actually
yeah.
that we helped, he got him a tent because we saw him with his dog, and we have 5 dogs. So I'm like, no, man, he can't be out here like this. So we went and got him a tent and some dog food, and
Yeah, and
yeah.
one of the first things we when we first did the videos, we didn't ask for the names. We just asked them if they were hungry,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm.
And then we kind of started thinking about it, and we're like, you know, like let's ask them for their names and how they, what's their day been like, you know, like just so they don't, you know, just make them feel more, like,
Mhm.
or like, you know,
More humanized.
human, yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of what our vision is, you know, like just
Mhm.
we want everyone to feel like they are human, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
and they're not forgotten.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That's one of the next things I was gonna ask is, are you guys starting to build like actual relationships with these people? Like, do you have some sort of sentiment towards people that you've seen multiple times? Like, it's got to be kind of cool, like maybe like seeing people on a weekly basis or some people that you've seen before, and like you said, you saw like one of them was like super excited to see you again,
Yeah.
and like how does that feel?
I mean, it feels great, man. It feels like I'm actually doing something, you know, like to give back. I mean, it's not much, but it's something, right? You know, and just to change someone's day, it feels good.
I
You
feel
know?
like it goes both ways. Like it makes me just as happy as they are
Mm-hmm.
when I like just make their day better. It just makes me so much happier.
Exactly.
It
Well,
really does.
that's something that a
Yeah.
lot of people don't also realize is like you get an abundance of joy when you're able to help people. When
Yeah.
you
Oh, yeah.
when you help people, it releases a chemical in your body that still is like just as much as you're helping them, you're also helping yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. In
Yes.
a way, it's like healing a little part of me that I didn't even know
Uh-huh.
needed it.
And
Yeah.
then sentimental wise, not really, but you know, like we did have a guy that we'd feed a few times, Tim,
Oh yeah.
and
Tim,
then we
and then,
we
yeah.
kind of stopped seeing him, and we noticed that, you know,
I was like,
we
I'm
don't
worried
know
about
what
him.
happened to him, you know, and like, you know, he could kind of the thing, like, do they just hop from
Mhm.
town to town, you know?
Or like, did he something terrible happen? Like, did he
Yeah.
pass away? Or like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's kind of
Yeah,
scary to think
yeah,
about.
yeah.
I mean, this was in the winter too. I
Mhm.
know some of them like to get in trouble and
Go to jail,
go to
so
jail
Yeah.
and have
they can
somewhere
get
to
free
s-
food and a
Yeah.
place,
Exactly.
a roof over their head.
You
Mhm.
know, and shit, I might if I was homeless
Yeah,
myself,
I
I
don't
probably would
blame
do
you.
that. You know,
If I
like
was
I
suffering
don't know
so
what I
much,
would do.
but that's my other thing that I was gonna get to is if they do go to jail, what are the resources there for like when they get out? They're like, hey man, you know, I'm gonna
Nothing
end up
really.
back on the street after I get out of jail. Like, is there counselors or is there resources or do they just say, well, figure it out or like, you know, I wonder, because I'm like that could be where like we don't have the power to do any of that yet, obviously.
Oh yeah,
So, like,
jails should
but,
definitely
like,
have
they
more
should
resources
have-
for
yeah.
when you know.
almost
How long
kinda
have
like
you
a
guys
work
been doing
release.
it for?
Since December.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
so,
posting videos, but like
Oh
since
yeah.
like us like feeding people not on a regular basis, but whenever we could, whenever we had a little extra, we would always
Yeah.
give out.
And when did that start?
Probably for what, like
5, 6 years.
yeah, like kind of
Oh,
since
damn.
we
Yeah.
since we've started or
Dating each
yeah,
other, yeah.
dating
How long have you guys been together for?
like
5,
6
6
years.
years,
5, 6
yeah.
years, yeah.
How do you guys meet?
Like a
Instagram.
social, yeah, Instagram, and then like school, kind of.
Yeah,
like-
school. She ended up moving from Wenatchee to Cashman. And just,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
And I'm 23. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm 24, so right around the same age.
Hey,
But
right in the middle
went,
there.
I went to Eastmont though, so
Oh.
we got a
Okay,
mix of
yeah.
all the valley.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, for real, we got Casper.
No, that's good, dude. So,
What
yeah.
year did you graduate?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, what year would you have graduated?
2019.
Okay.
Yeah, the
you're
2021. Yeah.
I'm 2020.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Literally just different years.
Yeah, no, I wasn't able to graduate, dude, just because immigration.
Mhm.
I actually got picked up, got a DUI when I was 18.
Mhm.
Stupid. I was young, dumb, you know.
Yeah, we haven't always been
friends.
the saints that we
yeah,
are
exactly.
today.
It's like, oh, like, dude, I feel like, and that also makes me proud of me helping and doing what I am doing now because, I mean, I was not in the best place.
Is that DUI what led? Because you said you at the beginning of this episode, you said that you had been into like drug and alcohol something,
that's
right?
Kinda, yeah,
Yeah,
for
that was
DUI,
because of
I
that,
had to do
yeah.
classes for that, so
Mhm.
yeah.
So you kind of have like a firsthand experience of like what something like that can be like.
Oh, dude, yeah. So yeah, I mean,
There's people in there. He would tell me stories about the people that there's that one girl that was like addicted to heroin or whatever.
yeah, I mean,
It
like
was just,
I've heard so many stories being in there, and it's like I myself, like I didn't like going to those classes because I'm like, oh, it makes me feel like I'm a real addict, right?
Mhm.
Because I'm in here for alcohol, and they got substance abuse problems, you know, right? But like it was cool listening to their stories for
Mhm.
sure, you know. Cool and not cool because some of
Yeah.
them are very sad, you know. But it's like, holy crap! Like this is something that you hear like on TV or like you know something
Have
like
you-
that.
have you, while you were in there, did you ever hear like anything like actually like evil, like something that was like pretty crazy, like okay, no regular person?
Dude, I don't know if this is even true or if this is something that a person can do,
Oh,
right?
boy.
I don't know if this is a thing anyone can do, but this girl said that she was so addicted to heroin that she liked the routine of her getting needles and like heating it up, right? And like she had her routine, whatever, right? I don't know how to do it. She was just saying it.
Oh, wow.
But she would shoot up water into her body.
Oh, no.
What?
Just as a way to like, oh well,
No, I
I'm not
get you,
doing
like-
heroin, but I'm she's
You're
still,
shooting up water?
Yeah.
dude. I don't. Is that?
I,
Even,
that's
is
not
that even
evil,
something
but
you
that's
could do?
that's just
Yeah,
like
I mean, it's really weird, right?
that's really weird.
That
I mean,
is
I can
really
see
weird.
it happening though. Like if you're an addict,
That's
and
Yeah,
you're
no,
just-
I get the gist of it, but I'm just like, wow.
But is that even something that you can like? Is that
Survive from?
possible? I don't know.
yeah, I think so.
'Cause
Yeah.
I mean,
Are-
kind of like, well, you know how like if people shoot up air and like you're dead.
Well, that's only if you, I guess.
No,
If
but
you
obviously
shoot,
they
if
would
you shoot
take
it
the
into
air
your
out of it.
veins,
Oh,
then you're dead right away.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, that
Yeah.
was just very mind blowing. I was like, wait a
But
minute.
yeah, she could probably do that with like a little bit of water and then puncture fat. Like, have you heard of
Yeah.
peptides?
No.
No.
Peptides are like a sort of amino acid / protein thing, and there's multiple different types, and that's like it's healthy for you. There's different types of peptides for different things, like muscle recovery, acne, all this different stuff.
Yeah.
But like that, that's a needle, and it's like you mix it with some sort of water, and it's called BAC water, and then like for an example, there's one called CHKCU or something, or BHKCU, no, GHKCU, and that's a copper peptide, and that's supposed to help with your acne.
Uh-huh.
And all you would do for that, you just get like a little insulin needle,
Yeah.
and you just like go into your fat or something like
Oh,
that.
Okay.
And so like that's what they could be doing, just get an insulin needle, because the
Water.
needle they're so small, and you don't put like there's not that much liquid. It's like a tiny amount of liquid, and that just goes towards like healing or fixing something in your body.
Okay.
So it is possible to inject
Oh,
some
yeah.
sort of liquid
Well,
in
you
your
know,
body.
yeah, that was just very weird to me. I was like, dang, like that's definitely a struggle.
Okay, I thought when you said like something crazy, I was thinking you were gonna tell me about some murdering someone or
No,
something
no.
in there.
Christy, like we had seen this lady that was in the alley, like above the bus station, and like I knew that she was like drugged out because I was like she was like her arms were flailing and she was like speaking gibberish, but she
was
didn't have
talking
teeth
to
or anything,
herself
yeah.
and like yelling.
But
And
we're like, hey, like if she is on drugs, I mean that doesn't mean that she probably needs to eat something. You don't. Either way, we feed them because you never know the next day after when you're recovering, whatever. And we kind of just wanted to see if she was alright, but she had like shit herself or whatever.
she
because
was
of the
definitely
withdrawals, I
coming
think that's what
down,
she was saying.
withdrawing, and she definitely had.
We didn't have any clothes donations at that time, or I totally would have got her a pair of pants.
Oh,
but
I know.
she was like asking for a Febreze because she wanted a spray.
I saw that video
Yeah.
today actually.
She
Yeah,
wanted to spray
spray
herself,
herself.
so she went and smelled it. She was trying
to
catch
get on
a
the bus.
Yeah, because she had like socks on and she was sitting right behind the garbage can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
and
saw
that was
that clip.
terrible. I felt so bad. She had gummy worms. That's the only thing that she had.
She was eating gummy worms.
I was like,
like,
maybe
that's
why.
the
I'm
last
like, girl,
thing you
some
need.
real food and some water to try to like get rid of the diarrhea or whatever is going on with you.
Yeah.
But I felt terrible. We told her about the rescue mission, but I didn't know what more to do. But I'm like,
Man.
just try to get down there, I'm like, and try to see if you could stay the night. And there's showers there. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if they.
It's
Also,
so sad.
one like sheep way too for homeless people is I think the YMCA has showers,
Yeah.
or the pool in East Wenatchee does. I don't know if the one in Wenatchee has them. I guarantee they do, and I think it's only like $2 or $3 or something.
Yeah.
Oh, no
for-
way.
yeah.
You don't
To-
need a membership or anything to get
No,
in?
at least I
Uh.
maybe at this YMCA you do, but I know for a fact the one in East Wenatchee, that YMCA, at least when I used to go there, it's literally just a pool and they have showers there, and I think
Yeah,
it
I've
literally
been there
cost me like $3.
Oh.
So
Oh, nice.
and
Yeah, I know.
That's good to
At the laundromat in Casimir, they charge you $5 and you can shower there as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah, and then Planet Fitness if you get a
That's what I was
membership.
gonna say.
Planet
And that's
You
only
told me how
$10 a
you have
month.
to have a
you know,
phone
but-
though. You can't get a membership with cash anymore. Like you
Yeah.
can't walk in
Uh-huh.
and get one. So I'm like, maybe if somebody is homeless, that might be.
So we're actually planning out a little event.
yeah,
Probably
yes.
for late April. Yeah, late April.
Yeah, if we can, if
early
everything
May,
works
yeah.
out, yeah.
If everything works out, we got a few barbers that have volunteered and 2 hairstylists that have volunteered. We're gonna go give them haircuts down there and get them all.
We're gonna feed them haircuts. We're gonna try to get
kind of
pamphlets.
with that thing you can buy on Amazon, like a little shower tent thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, portable shower.
That way we can just get some gallons of water and just shower them up or something and get
We're
them
gonna
all
have
freshed up.
soaps and body wash.
Yeah.
Whatever clothes donations we
one
can
of
get.
your friends donate, Grace.
Yeah, she donated money for us. Yeah, that's cool.
She donated some money and wanted us to get them some
hygiene products.
Products and stuff like that. So we're gonna do that. We actually already did. We're just waiting for that. But yeah, we're getting it all planned out, and that's kind of something really cool that we got going.
Have you guys really reached out to any local businesses at all, smaller businesses?
We did. I
Grocery outlet.
I sent some emails, never got back to them.
You have to. I think corporates like Grocery Outlet would probably be hard to work with.
So I have a coworker that worked with them, and I had him talk to Grocery Outlet for me because he worked there. And they already got a few different people they do their donations to. So it's that's kind of all them, and it's one of them is Chelan County Chelan and Douglas County Community Action.
Mm-hmm.
But they also reached out to us, and they're trying to connect with us and seeing how maybe we can use their resources to help others.
Yeah,
because not everyone knows about them.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can use their resources to help others, that'd be awesome.
So are you guys currently paying for everything out of your own pockets?
As
we
of
have
right
gotten
now,
a
yes.
total of how much was the GoFundMe?
We have a GoFund. We got $130 on that.
We've only spent 100. Oh no.
We spent. We spent what we got for the hygiene products and some food.
Yeah, and then we're waiting on the other 50 that somebody just donated, but the rest has all been out of our pockets.
All that we go to grocery, we get a bunch of deals on
Both
everything
deals, yeah.
that's gonna.
Some people have asked us why we only do burritos and mac and cheese for right now because it's the cheapest thing that we can afford right now.
Yeah,
honestly.
It's not the only thing we know how to make.
Yeah,
that's not the only thing. We don't eat that all day.
No.
Do you guys have Costco memberships?
No.
His mom does, and we were thinking about doing a little haul for them.
I was one thing I've seen people online do is go and get a ton of their hot dogs. It's $1.50.
That's what we're doing. So
dude, but then we found out an even better deal at the U.S. Foods for 10 pounds of hot dogs for $37, which comes out to less than $1 each. So
and that's
we got a flat top that we're gonna take to.
I think that's 80 something hot dogs, maybe more hot dogs. We're just gonna do that. We just got a new flat top grill that we're gonna.
The more bang for the buck type thing.
Yeah. So and then we also got to think about plating it. Utensils and stuff like that, and burritos are so easy to just hand out, right?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that, all the prepreparation.
Yeah.
Especially if you're making anything.
She's kind of the one doing that.
Yeah. I usually handle.
I do the videos, editing, and all that, and organizing all this. But no, she's doing the cooking, the making sure that I have time to do all this.
Yeah.
But I mean, it works out. We got something going, and hopefully it just gets better. And
how much money do you think you put in yourselves?
We usually try to go for the deals, but at least a few hundred.
A few hundred, yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, all the clothes and stuff we got in a donation. Super
clothes,
nice people.
Blankets was all
pillows.
donated. Desert Canyon, we went up there. We drove out there.
In Orondo.
Super beautiful.
I think it's called but what's the resort called? Because Desert Canyon is
Desert
a community.
Canyon Lodge.
Oh, okay.
It's the lodge, and then there's the restaurant, and then the golf course they got up there. But no, they donated a bunch of blankets. We handed those out. We still have a few that, the weather's getting nicer, so we're kind of just waiting to pass those out.
They went so fast, too. We're like, you know what? Maybe we'll save them for another day so that everybody, we could kind of ration until we get some more donations. But,
but food-wise, I mean, like I said, we don't mind, and, we go for the cheapest things that we can, and also we do make a lot of burritos because this lady, Pam, she donates a lot of rice and beans, so it's
Just makes it
Yeah.
easy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
makes it easy
cheaper.
for
It's
us,
the
you know?
cheapest way. Or
We
like
just
it's
buy
one
the
of the cheapest,
tortillas
yeah,
or whatever, and that's it.
to make
Mhm.
like like a lot for cheap.
Yeah.
And then the snacks and stuff, yeah, we get from grocery outlet. That all comes from our own pockets. But I'm like, we ourselves are literally trying to figure out our lives at the same time as
Yeah.
like trying to do this, because we're like young adults and this economy is like crazy.
We got
Especially
five,
in
we
this
got
valley.
5 dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we also have 5 dogs.
That's also
We got 5 dogs.
not cheap.
Yeah.
So, you know,
What do you guys do for work?
I'm a cook.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually.
You're a cook and you're making her cook all the food.
Yeah,
Dude,
Nah,
yeah,
I
right?
don't. I'm
It
basically
makes
I don't
no
work,
sense right
so
now.
I don't work right now.
She's
so
not
he-
working at
yeah.
the moment. She's kind of helping us. Well, we were breeding dogs, and she's kind of just, like I said, she's the backbone to everything. If she wasn't there,
Where do you work?
nothing. Pinnacle Beer Works.
I have no clue where that's at.
It's a new
Downtown?
brewery downtown. It's kind of where
Huh.
the Wenatchee World used to be.
Yeah,
Um,
the old not the Wenatchee Road factory, but their
Not the factory.
location where
their
they-
office.
Wait, is that the pizza place?
they do have
We
pizzas
got
there,
pizza
and they
for
have
sure.
Mortazas.
No, not that pizza
Oh,
place.
no,
The
not
one
the
right
King
across
Pizza.
from Pivus? Is that where I'm thinking?
No.
No, not there.
Do you know that big one? Like that's right by the
That pizza
rail
place, yeah, we
tracks?
know where that's
It's
at.
a pretty big building.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
is
that's
he talking about the
Timberline.
brewery?
Timberline. That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
no,
Not
That's where I'm
that
thinking.
one, but
Um,
God, it's kind of hard to explain.
how do I?
Is it kind of hidden?
Do you know?
Is it on the same
It's a
street as
little bit.
Liberty?
It's
Gate
on
or
Mission
Liberty?
Street.
Ugh.
It's on Mission Street. You know where Liberty Cinema is?
Yeah, yeah.
So just right past Liberty Cinema, but on the left side. Do you know? Man, we got
It's
the
hard to
we got
explain
the
it.
Dolph Dojo.
Golf
Golf
Okay,
Dojo.
okay. I know if it is
You
it
know
right
where
by there. I know where
Yeah.
that golf
You know where the
dojo
golf
is.
It's right
dojo?
next
It's
to
in
it.
that same building.
It's got a logo
Same
that
building.
has a mountain.
Yeah.
I like Pinnacle.
I know
yeah,
exactly where you're at now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Ow.
family friendly, so a lot of people don't know that it's a brewery because like there's children in there. Sometimes that they
Yeah.
have food.
Yeah, it's
because
cool.
beer.
I've never been there, but I know where the golf dojo is at because
Yeah.
I've driven by it and seen that sign.
Yeah, no,
so I know
it's that
exactly.
same it's
Yeah.
that same building right there. So
Yeah.
we got those three businesses right there, and it's really cool. I'm the kitchen lead,
Mhm.
so
How long have you been cooking for?
oh man, I started off in Leavenworth. I've been cooking for like 5 years now.
What is there anything specifically that got you into that?
Needing money.
Yeah.
Just needing money in
work,
high
yeah.
school. Yeah, just work. I started off as a dishwasher and then just kind of worked my way up in
Mhm.
the kitchen, and finally got the opportunity to run the kitchen over here. So it's really nice.
Do you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, I love it. And I got my own recipes, and I myself am trying to start my own business
Mm-hmm.
at the same time as we
all
run.
this stuff.
Yeah,
that we
so I got a
going on.
full-time job. We got this nonprofit organization, and then I'm trying to start my own business, which it's food. We got smash burgers and stuff like that. And since I live out in Monitor,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm trying to get that cashmere.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a
Wenatchee
no
area.
storefront type thing
Yeah,
where you order. It's
kinda-
only gonna be open like a
we're
few days.
we're
a
only
week,
gonna
yeah.
be open Mondays and Tuesdays as of right now. Just those are my days
Gotcha.
off. And we're gonna run it and see how it goes. And,
Yeah,
Mhm.
trial
you
and error,
know,
I guess.
It's nice being a cook that you have a set schedule still, because I know a lot of people that work in
Yeah.
that industry. It's different every week.
oh
so.
yeah,
Mhm, yeah.
It is really nice. And I mean, shout out to my bosses, I guess, because a few times they also donated a few pizzas that I was able
yeah.
to take home and hand out. So that's very cool of them.
I was gonna say if you had any ideas of any small businesses, because you said corporations are hard to like get donations.
Well,
from.
so are you guys officially a nonprofit? Or
Not as
not
of
yet?
so
No.
we're trying to get that through our taxes.
Mhm.
We're trying to figure it all out. It's kind of hard, and
I want to say I don't know. I don't want to give legal advice because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
speaking out my ass right now. But I think something that would incentivize businesses to help you guys out more is giving them written receipts, because then they can write it off. And so that helps them on their taxes anyways. Like if they're going to be paying the government, a lot of these businesses would rather help out, like go to the worthy cause,
Oh, for sure.
So like you could offer that, even just saying basically if you guys got like printer paper
yeah.
and just like do you know are you familiar with ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like have it like write up a written receipt outline or something, and then just print off a few of those, and then just write down the total amount of, like, say they donated like 100 hot dogs for example, and that as a business they would normally sell us $2 a piece, so there's $200. So then you give them a $200 written receipt as a donation, and then they can, when they go to file taxes, they can write all that off.
Oh, really?
And so then versus instead of owing the IRS $200, they can write that off because they donated it.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
that
That's
makes
really
sense.
cool.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do that. No, but we
Yeah.
are working on that. Because I know we reached out to, how do you say it? Weinstein, the Pepsi company or beverage thing. And
By
we
Ome
got,
Gardens.
yeah, they reached out to us and they are gonna donate a bunch of things to us. But we
Super
are
cool.
gonna get that information to them as well, so we could be considered nonprofit.
Mhm.
You know, and he kind of said the same thing because he's like, yeah, some of this stuff, like, we got to either throw it away, and like, it's better to get it donated than us
They
having
go
to
in the
pay.
garbage.
Yeah, and they have to like pay to like.
They got to pay to
get
dump
rid
it
of
out
it
too,
kinda
right?
thing.
Yeah, so
For sure.
Yeah.
no,
And
that's
I'm
really
like,
cool.
They love soda, so
Yeah.
they
Oh,
always want, when we got sodas,
they
they're all
definitely
like,
want
"Ooh."
soda, you know.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a nice
I
cold
know,
pop?
right?
Oh yeah.
I know.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
And that sugars.
We
I was
noticed they
telling-
really love sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Yeah.
really into the sweets
I
and
feel like
stuff.
it's fueling, and like I said, they don't get a. I feel like they don't get a choice. So like a
Mhm.
lot of times
What's
they're like,
that
ooh,
saying? It's
oh, something sweet.
yeah.
So or no, something sweet during hard times. Gosh, I
It's
forget.
all, yeah.
It's
something
applets and
like that,
cotlets motto. Actually,
Is it?
yeah, it was on the back of the applets and cotlets thing.
In
that said-
hard times, something sweet.
Gosh
I don't
darn
know.
it. Yeah, there's some
Who
sort of
knows?
thing, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Always makes it better a little bit.
Yeah. I wanted to do a thing where it's kind of not like,
Creators, it was creators of Wenatchee or something like
it
that.
was kind of just for young hustlers of Wenatchee.
Yeah,
I wanted to just get
just
like
network.
yeah,
Yeah.
just a networking thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to actually do something like that. Like
Yeah.
I've thought about doing
So I had
especially because I've gotten into content creation.
yeah.
I've been looking at like Washington State stuff, but it'd be cool to like make like a Wenatchee locals creative thing,
Mhm.
and then like I'm like really into journalism and like writing and stuff, so I'm thinking about making some sort of like page or like blog or whatever, and it'd be cool to have like an awards or something like
That
just
is
some
Oh, that'd be really
thing,
cool.
and
You
like just
should-
to give a
you should-
shout towards local people.
You should look into
Yeah.
doing that, dude. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And like
You
it
know,
would give like a place
I'd
for
be down to
people
help
like,
you guys out.
I don't know what content creators are, but I know that there's barbers that make content out here. There's
Mhm.
Oh
there's
yeah,
stylists
we
that
got a
do-
few barber friends that
Um,
make content.
There's some like one
So-
day we saw a guy who was dressed up as the Grinch, dancing at Pipers, but we could tell he kept recording the same song playing over and over. He was
Yeah.
trying to get it right.
You know, some
And so
guy
I
was
was
doing
like, you know,
TikTok.
what's
We
your
went up
TikTok
to
or
him.
whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we, you know,
I was
just
like, you
people
know
doing
what? Like, who
TikToks
knows?
around
People
here.
can like collab or who knows? Anything can
Mhm.
happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
what is
Well,
that?
also it's like, so like one thing I don't know if you guys will be willing, but or not necessarily willing, but if you guys want, like a lot of these clips I'll post on my own page,
Yeah.
and then there you can collab on social media, and
Oh,
so like a collaboration post, like if we both tag each other or collab with each other, it posts the same video on both our pages and both our audiences see it, so it
Yeah.
exposes yourself to a whole new audience.
Definitely
we
wanna
should
do
do
that.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
all your followers would see the video and like see my page, but then all my followers would also see yours as well.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be
And,
really cool.
I think it's cool because it helps both ways.
Yeah.
So
We
it-
were definitely gonna like tag you in and everything
Oh,
if we
yeah,
posted
for
a clip
sure.
and shit, because
Uh,
it goes both ways.
Check that out. That's kind of something that I want to. I had AI make that.
dude, it's crazy what AI can
I
do
know,
nowadays.
right?
And it sucks
But,
because
I
I'm
mean-
like on the other side. I'm like, babe, AI is destroying the planet.
I
Did
mean,
you have a place of where you wanted to host this at yet?
we didn't have a place.
Just kind of like rough draft type
It's
thing.
a rough
Yeah.
draft for sure, and I mean, I've reached out to a few people, and they'd be like, "Dude, you should do it."
He
you
was
know?
originally thinking that his work, like
Uh,
if his bosses.
So
would
I
be
mean,
down, but-
at Pinnacle, at the brewery, we're closed on Mondays. So I was like, maybe a Monday.
renting out technically
Yeah.
or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
from his boss. Or some shit.
So I don't know. I think
Yeah,
it'd
something
be
like
really
that
cool.
could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just networking too. I think is so important in life because,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you have any sort of like entrepreneurial instinct or spirit,
Yeah.
because the more people you know, the more money you're gonna obtain.
Exactly.
And obviously, life isn't all about money, but like Kanye said, money's not everything. Not having it is. So it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
you gotta
Yep.
have you got to have some sort of money. And especially if like it just helps like enjoying life. Like if you're not stressing about money, think about how much easier your life is.
Oh yeah.
I think
And
the
that-
goal is to use money as a resource and not fall too much in love
The
with
greedy,
it.
you know, you can't get greedy about it, and like it's
Money
like,
is kind of, it's crazy how it is one of those things.
it's a resource for sure. It's
Mhm.
to help, you know, and
It's just making sure that you just don't let it get to your head. If you ever become like super like wealthy and you continue to use it for a good cause, that's what's going to keep you level-headed and stable. But there's people that let it get to their head and it feeds their ego and not their soul.
Yeah.
And that's where you see them start to go off the train tracks.
Yeah,
So,
that was well said. Yeah.
yeah, so you just got to be careful with that. As long as you keep that in mind and maintain empathy for people.
Oh yeah.
Because I think being empathetic, and obviously you guys have that because of what you do, it's kind of naturally. I mean, obviously there probably is some content creators that we don't know who probably do it for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Because there's like, who is there anyone specifically that you look up to or kind of got that idea from?
Miss Shirley for sure.
Yeah.
She was like the #1 inspiration, but there was a guy, Josh, who would do it.
Josh,
Yeah.
I see his videos all
I
the
don't
He
like
time.
him
pisses
no
me off
more.
now because I know that he
I
does
don't like
skits.
him. They're all scripted, right?
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I think
I
they're
don't
all
know if they're
scripted.
on
but
for a fact all scripted, but
What I hate that I don't necessarily hate it, but it's kind of like, dude, is he goes up to businesses and he tells people that it's for feeding the homeless, and it's like you're on camera, dude.
Yeah.
They know that, like, because like that thing blinks like it is right now,
Yeah.
and so
yeah.
people aren't dumb and they don't want their business to look bad. So
Exactly. No.
you're kind of
Yeah.
like pressuring them into donating for you.
Yeah, they go
And
back there. They're like, "Hey, guys," but he's like recording.
He's like, "Can I have 1,000 pizzas, please?" And
I
they're like,
know.
"What are you gonna do with 1,000 pizzas?" He goes, "Well, actually, I said that extreme number so you would know, or so you'd
Yeah.
ask that, and then I'm gonna tell you that it's for the homeless,
Yeah.
and then that way I don't have to pay you." And then
Yeah.
it's like that business just lost
Uh-huh.
thousands of dollars
Oh,
because
you know,
of that.
or you know, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
sometimes I get that he'll pay like, oh, I'll pay for 10, and then they give him they'll
Match
match
it or
it, you
something.
know?
Mhm.
And that's
I don't
more
know. It's-
understandable. But
He
yes,
had
we
this
don't
one
like
where,
that.
Like the lady was pregnant, right? And so I was like, and he ended up buying her like a pair of gloves and something. I was like, she needs to go to a hospital.
Mhm.
I'm like, the least you could do for her is get her into
Get
a
her a
hospital or
checkup.
something.
Yeah,
And then how he'll make GoFundMe's for specific people, and some of them are like families who are like, I don't know, like, not saying that anyone's not deserving, but there's some where I'm like, oh, how is it fair? And we've talked about in the future, how do we do that if we were to raise money for one specific person? What would make that fair? Because I was like, dang, I'm like, if anything, the girl who's pregnant on the streets would need a home more than like some of these other people in the video. So I like get confused about his page. I'm like, is
It's-
it like real? Is he genuine? Like,
It's hard
Yeah.
to dictate like what's fair
Yeah.
and what's not, especially in that, because it's like everyone, like, does that mean those people aren't equal? Like, how are you dictating it?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have people maybe like looking down upon you for picking that.
Yeah,
And
just
so
like
it's-
I am with him. Like, yeah, like, oh, maybe he should have like done this better, but I don't know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, recently I believe they're scripted now, just because I've seen multiple people.
Randomly appear at like a perfect time
Yeah,
or
and they're
something.
trying to sell him something always. I'm like, nah, there's not that many people trying
Or
to sell
he'll
him something.
pull up to them wherever they're sleeping,
Oh, yeah.
and they'll be like, "Oh, are you kicking me out? Are you security?" And
He'll
it's
like
the,
be
it's
like,
the
hey,
same,
get out of there or something. I'm like, how's that funny to scare
Yeah,
them and then
he's
to make a video
scaring
to
them
help
now,
them?
right?
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That like turned me off, and I unfollowed him. I was like, I
And
didn't like that.
we looked at a bunch of his comments
Yeah.
on his.
I think there's
videos.
like 3 big creators like that. Sorry to cut you.
Mhm.
Continue.
Yeah, no, you're good.
There's
But
one
yeah,
of them that's really good
There-
that I really like.
there is
Yeah.
a few creators, and like,
Mhm.
yeah, or we used to follow him a lot, but yeah, we noticed that they're definitely scripted, and a lot of people on the comments were saying the same thing as well.
Yeah, I'm like, so I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think oh gosh, is it just Nate or just I don't know, but he's got the Fresh Start organization where he actually gets the people off the streets, and he
Oh.
asks them right then and there if they want to go, and then he gets them a plane ticket, and then they go to a rehab, and he's helped like so many, and he's got the organization going.
He
He's doing
gets-
everything right.
Yeah, he gets a
Yeah.
whole GoFund, and he finds a scholarship for them to go into a
There's
rehab.
a guy down in Florida who I've seen that does that. He like goes up to people on the streets who are, because he used to have a previous addiction. I forget his
wow.
name, and he goes up to people who are that you can tell are addicted, and he asks them. He goes, "Hey, I'll pay for you fully to go to rehab right now, and I'll get you a job right after." Because he owns his own company.
The same type of thing.
Yeah,
it might be the same guy, or maybe not, but yeah, same thing. I love that.
I'm not sure where that guy's located, but yeah, they do the same thing. And yeah, his thing, he's got his own Instagram page. It's called Fresh Start as well.
Yeah, is the name of the organization that has its own Instagram page?
And it's a website too, because we ourselves could go on Fresh Start, and I think we can make like a fundraiser on that, and then have people.
Because he's got people working at like in other states for the organization doing what he's doing. Yeah, I'm
not sure. I kind of looked into it, but not too much. You could be a volunteer in your own state. But I don't know how you get all connected.
And I like that he somehow, I don't know, through donations or whatever, but he like gets the people with he has people with animals and stuff like that, which I know are really hard to find rehabs that accept, and it's like really expensive to like bring an animal with. But like I understand, being like people who have dogs, I'm like I would never leave my dog behind for anything. So I'm like, that's a lot of part of the reason that keeps people on the streets.
Think that's selfish too, right? Because it's like, you know, it sucks for the dog to be out there in those situations, but it's like, how do you let go? You know, it's like some people can't let go of their dogs, so that's why they're out there on the streets with them, right?
Yeah, some people said, the dog doesn't know it's homeless.
The dog doesn't know it's homeless.
Yeah, because it's just as happy with the owner.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely a sad situation. I've seen that before, and I've questioned. I was like, why does a homeless person have an animal? Because like they can't even provide for themselves, but then they got a dog to take care of too. But then you put it like that, and you also like try and place yourself in their shoes.
You want to know,
especially if they had dogs beforehand or something.
Oh my God,
and then it's like also that's a sort of companionship. That is allows them to feel normal and have something or some sort of being that provides them company
and a reason to live the next day too.
We have also noticed that. I mean, I'd be the same way as them. They probably take care of the dog better than themselves. You know, I know that if they get food, they're like, even some of when we give them food, they make sure to give some to their dog or, you know, something. Yeah. And
a guy we met, Ryan, had told us actually that, well, quote unquote, that is, a lot of them say that their dog saved them more than they saved the dog, you know? And that sometimes, like, he didn't really, like, say it, but, like, what I got out of what he was saying is, like, sometimes his dog will get him out of situations like, oh, man, like, he can't go to this sketchy house because he's got a dog and they don't want him there. But something bad could happen that night. Or he could have, like, ended up drugged out or, like, so that night he didn't end up doing drugs because he's got his dog to take care of. Whatever it is, you know. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it goes both ways because some people, like, don't take care of them on a rare instance. But we've experienced a lot of them do love them more than anything that they got.
Yeah, that definitely is a reason to live, and I can see that being a really good reason for those people to kind of take care or give them a reason to wake up the next morning.
Yeah.
Yep. What would you guys say your main goal is with all of this?
I think we got a few goals actually.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, here, let's see. Well, obviously to spread kindness, you know, we want to show people compassion and respect and without judgment and show them that they're not forgotten, and on top of just providing meals, hygiene, supplies, all that. But in the long run, oh man, I think the goals will just keep on going. Right now they're so small because we're barely started.
Yeah. I mean, another goal is just kind of, you know, still spreading kindness, you know, and then providing the meals. Another one's just kind of bringing the community together, you know, and that's kind of the main thing that we're trying to do is bring the community together, and raise awareness of the problem that, you know, how big it really is here in Wenatchee. And
one thing about the kindness thing is that also how, like, because kindness is, I feel like, is like a vague word, but like more in the aspect of like how even somebody like smiling at you just walking down the street can honestly change your day. I've had people talk to me sometimes and it's like it could be the dumbest thing and it's like I was having a bad day, or it's like I felt seen in that moment and things like that, you know, like. And then if us as society as a whole, if we stop just ignoring everybody's issues and like thinking, well, I got so much on my shoulders, I don't have the time to deal with somebody else's issues. If we all just were nicer, I feel like it would be different.
Yeah.
Everything.
And then another goal, kind of the biggest thing is just to grow this project.
Mm-hmm.
We want it to get bigger, and that's kind of why we started doing the social media and reaching out to people, and just to grow the project. I mean, we got a few volunteers now. We got a group chat just for them now. We kind of post when we go feed and like all the events that we are planning and stuff. And if they got time, they're not forced. If they got time and they want to come help, they're free to come and help. And then just that's kind of our main goals, to reach people, to reach help, so we can help others.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Do you think that's something that was instilled into you, like this sort of feeling to want to help people? Is that something that you think you got from your parents, or is that something that you think you got like after being grown up?
Ooh,
I think I like learned, or like I feel like I had the opposite. Like my dad was actually, I used to like say a lot of mean things about like the homeless people and stuff like that, and I had a completely different view. But like I feel like I turned all that into the opposite. Like I just like get a completely different view, and that's like what motivated me, is seeing how society, because I know that my parents were good people, but also the world tore them down to be the way that they are and think the way that they were. So I was like, that in an aspect, it did motivate me, but I don't think that kindness was instilled, but not helping homeless. No.
Same. I mean, my parents. I don't think my parents ever. Sorry. I don't think they ever had like a say, or they never really had anything to say about it. But I mean, I'm Mexican, and I feel like Mexican families are usually very giving, and they always want to feed people.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I think food's a big thing traditionally in
culture.
Hispanic culture.
So yeah, like that's kind of the way, like feeding, like
I mean, love through food.
Yeah. So I mean, we love doing that, and not just that, kind of putting yourself in their position, seeing, I mean, I've never been homeless. I mean, but like it's hard out here, and like I mean.
Even the fears of risk of homelessness.
Yeah.
But it makes you realize how scary it really like is, and how difficult. Cause like trying to afford rent, all that stuff, like it's always in the back of my mind, like, hey, like, what if we get hurt and we can't make money, or whatever happens, we get evicted, whatever, blah 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 blah, and we end up on the streets. It's like a huge fear.
The ability to put yourself in other people's shoes can kind of shatter your reality and like the way you view everything, because it'll completely 180 your perspective on life if you put yourself in the correct people's shoes. Like if you are truly able to imagine what it's like to be homeless, and then realize what they go through on a day-to-day basis and how they got there, and be understanding of that this person probably doesn't want to be homeless, then you'll probably your perspective on the whole thing will probably change. But it's hard because everyone's so focused on themselves, and that's not a bad thing. That's like a natural survival instinct.
You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others.
Exactly. So it's really easy to push off like what other people's problems are and not think about that, because we have so many problems on our own. You have stuff, your parents have stuff, everyone has their own problems, hundreds of them, like micro little things that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. So it's really, really easy to forget about what everyone else is going through. It's like the same reason if you ever get flipped off in traffic or someone honks at you for no reason or something, you don't know that their best friend might have just died. Like you have no idea what someone's going through. And so it's all about keeping a perspective of not knowing what people have going on in their life.
And I feel like society, like how you said, nobody ever knows what anybody else is going through. Not that everybody should be like, hey, my brother just died, but I think like the world should be more like I don't know what the perfect word would be.
Empathetic.
Yeah, and just like people should express their struggle more, to even be aware, because you might not have even known that person's brother had died. But if you would have known,
normalized,
you maybe like would have bought them flowers or done something like that, and it can alter people's life in a way if it was different. It's kind of weird.
It's hard because I don't think a lot of people don't want to be vulnerable, especially in men. You see it like for guys to open up, dude. That's insanely tough because it's been frowned upon for so long. And that's why you see like the mental health crisis is because like men don't feel like they have anyone to talk to, or even if they do, they don't feel comfortable talking about it because it's like, dude, I don't want them to look at me a certain way or feel soft about it. And it's like, you got to be just willing to let your ego down for a little bit and just talk it out. As hard as it is, it's going to help your mental health so much. And it's so sad that people feel that way. Yeah. I mean, I had a friend last year. This is going to be kind of dark, but he literally blew his head off with a shotgun. And it's like in his letter that he wrote everyone, he felt like he was just too scared to tell anyone. Like, he just didn't want to talk about what he was dealing with because of the way he would be viewed for it. And it actually kind of is true because like if you think about it, like if one of your friends like came to you like that, and like the way normally that someone's going to bring it up is probably going to be subtly and probably in a joking matter because they don't know how else to do it. And like, you're probably just going to write that off because you don't, that's your friend. Like, dude, this guy's always happy and making me laugh. Like, I'm not, this is the last person I think is going to,
for sure,
going to do anything like that or feel that way. No, and so it's like, you have to have that awareness of like, when someone says like that, just being able to laugh about it, but also like talk about it and let them know that like you're here and you hear them.
You know, and how do you introduce the thing? Because usually when you are with your friends, you want to be having a good time. Nobody wants to be all, man, I got this and this and blah 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 blah, talking about your issues. Like, I feel like we do get in like in a denial, and then when we get to ourselves in our own in our room, like especially after like having fun with your friends, it always hits you, and you're always like, dang, you know,
I gotta
the reality.
You're alone and in your head.
It's like. Yeah, like nobody ever really wants to like be like, hey, you know, like how do you tell somebody like I'm going through something right now? It's kind of hard.
It's really hard to find friends who you can trust with that info too, because like that's another thing that goes back to like our survival instincts is being vulnerable means you're gonna die. And if you go back to thousands of years ago, if you allowed yourself to be vulnerable and let your guard down, dude, you would die. Like
because you could get tricked, you could get lied to, you could get manipulated. All these things that could happen.
We're instinctually wired to not be vulnerable, and especially like men, for example, because they were the ones like not the nurturers. That's like more like naturally what women are good at, and then men were like the protectors. And so it's like if you're the one like being vulnerable and stuff, then you're not in a protecting mode, and so it's like you're just more vulnerable to being injured or being hurt, and it's hard. But like with all the mental stuff going on, we have to like normalize that. And I think it actually is getting a lot more normalized, and people are talking about it. You see it a lot more online, which is a good thing.
That is a really good thing.
It's getting the people to actually talk about it now, and to the people who are actually experiencing it to talk about it and reach out for help. So
sometimes I feel like our generation is fixing a lot of issues that like have been like an issue for a long time. Like I was telling, like kind of things like that, like the stigmas. But we've also like with LGBTQT and all this stuff going on, it's like crazy how those old traditional roles still affect you, like how the man and the protector and therefore doesn't want to be vulnerable. But now like it's kind of hard for me to explain what I'm thinking.
A lot of
but
things
you know what
changed.
I mean? And then so we're normalizing
all these
things,
problems, and then all these older people tell us it's our fault, but it was like, this problem isn't new. It's been around, you know. But now we're kind of trying to help fix it, but we can only do so much because you guys already let it slide this far.
It's kind of interesting to think like a cool little thought experience or experiment would be imagining what we're fixing right now. What are we doing currently that's going to lead to future problems?
I know, right?
So like if you really think about it, like maybe being vulnerable right now down the line, in 50 years from now is going to change us and make us into like such pussies to like where we're too vulnerable and then bad stuff starts happening again.
For sure.
So it's like if you put yourself in that situation, then it's like, God, dude, what can I do?
That's right. What's wrong?
I mean, I guess we all are just floating around trying to do hopefully trying to do the right thing.
I think a lot of it is just having understanding for other people, like just being open, like try not to judge too hard because everyone's going through their own stuff. So,
sure.
like, just even if you disagree with people, I don't think you should make a big scene about it. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're your own person. It doesn't matter who you are. Even like you two, you're not going to agree with things 100%. Like, it's just, everyone is so individualized where there's no two people who are going to have the exact same views.
Yeah.
So it's just knowing that and realizing that, dude, we're all different. Like, and like that's something we see in politics, especially right now, is people are so weaponized against each other.
Yeah.
But we're all humans, and it's not like whether you're conservative or whether you're Democrat. It's like no one wants what's worse for our country. Everyone wants the best.
Oh yeah.
No one wants to see the country fail. Everyone just the thing is, we both have different means of going about it.
Yeah.
So it's just you have to have that understanding from both sides that people care on both sides. It's
sure.
the part where it starts to get torn is there's far people on both sides that are just totally erratic.
Yeah.
And then it paints everyone in those categories as crazy people. Like you look back like 60 years ago, and politics weren't calling each other names and disrespecting each other, and politics wasn't even like that. I mean, it was a big thing, but it wasn't like
tweeting shit.
like you could be friends with someone who voted against you. Now it's like
personal as it is.
Now it's like if someone voted for someone you don't like, it's like, I hate you, I'm never talking to you again. And it's unfortunate because we're all neighbors. Like
that is true. And
I think about it as a community, like how much people, like you see, like
and maybe that's what they want. You know, they just want us to be separated,
separate and divide, and separate and divide and conquer is what they say.
Yeah, it's true because it's like, I don't know about trust. I don't know how to be a friend with, or I think I could be friends with a Trump supporter. I just couldn't know that they support Trump. Because it's just like, oh gosh. But I would I could totally put that beyond me.
Well, maybe not right now. Actually, I would not be able to. But
it does suck that it's like that.
The right conversation.
I
so that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I voted for Trump in 2024, but that like my position on everything has kind of like completely changed, especially like with all the war stuff going on right now and everything. And it's like, dude. And all the Epstein files, the way that was handled and all that, it's like, dude, it's a complete joke. And
ICE and all the cruelty that's going on is terrible.
It's sad. It really is sad because, like, God, politics is just completely turned into a complete shit show, to be honest.
I think he surprised us all with that, like, all the evil shit that came out
when
just
a fucking
when
circus,
he got elected.
You know? I mean, I myself, I was seeing the good and bad from him, you know, because, I mean, I see his business and, like, he wants the economy to be better, and and I was like, hell yeah, you know, that's good. Yeah. But then it's like all this other bullshit's like, come on. And I myself, how I told you, I had that immigration issue.
Yeah.
This was 2019. That's kind of when he first, when he was getting elected. You know? What, 2020 or?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It was That's all a whole other spiel.
So I'm more
around
like
that time. So yeah.
I'm more of what's it called? Libertarian, because like I'm financially conservative, but I'm more socially democratic. So like, dude, I don't care if whoever you want to love, like, go for it. That doesn't affect me, dude.
Me
like
too. Yeah, we're like that too.
Do what you want with your life, like that's all on you. But then financially, like that was my big thing, because I'm very business oriented, and so like I was expecting a ton of tax cuts and new wars. And unfortunately, he's bombed I think 11 countries or 7 countries in 1 year.
It was like 8 in 1 year.
I think it's 8 in 1 year.
No, I agree with what you're saying on all that.
And it's just like, dude, how can you run on certain things and then completely go back on your word? And I think a lot of it is just being controlled. Like, I don't know how much you guys are into like the whole Israel thing, but it's like,
dude. I mean, it's the United States of Israel, right?
Dude, exactly. Dude, I agree with you right there.
United States of Israel.
United States of Israel.
Dude, it's insane.
It's
like,
actually scary.
Do you know anything about like AIPAC money? Like,
no.
So AIPAC is like this lobbyist fund that's not regulated, and it's Israel donates. It's a Israel fund that donates to politicians, and so like all these politicians, AIPAC gives them money, and it's like 91% of our current politicians are receiving money from Israel, and so like those
That's the way it's.
Yeah. So if you're getting money from this country, if you're getting millions of dollars, are you going to speak out about this country? No,
you're not.
It's like,
You
dude, you're
cannot.
bought and paid for. That's literally what it
Yeah.
is. And so there's you gotta like look out. There's this thing called like APAC tracker, and it'll tell you what politicians aren't being paid from Israel. And it's like those are the people who are actually truly Americans. And like you see videos of people getting asked, "Are you America first or Israel first?" None of them will answer, and none of these politicians will answer. And it's like, dude, what a joke!
Exactly.
Like,
I also didn't know that Trump was Jewish.
You know.
yeah. Well, that's a God,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a fucking
It's
It's
a
a joke.
goes
Yeah,
so
in
deep.
2016 or 2018, this
Uh-huh.
guy came up on a speaker and he's like, "Also, I want to say Trump is the first Jewish president or whatever, or
Yep,
something like
I've
that."
seen that. Yeah.
And then you see the pictures of him kissing the wall there and everything.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
what threw me
And-
for a whirlwind, and that's kind of where I
I mean,
started
and that's
going.
kind of what I mean. The Jewish people are the ones that control the banks, right? So they got all the money. So.
Well,
The
God, dude, I
porn
could talk about
industry
this
and all
stuff
those
for
terrible
days
things.
because
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
into politics when it comes to this, like Middle East conflicts, like the whole thing with Iran right now. We should not even be involved.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Like
sure.
one thing,
We
dude,
shouldn't.
they've been saying they're 2 weeks or weeks away from nukes since like the 1990s.
I know.
So and even if they did have nukes, I don't even think they have the potential of reaching us. And also one thing
hope not.
conservatives often argue is that these people praise that they want a death to America. It's like there's a reason they say that because every country in that area we have completely destroyed and taken down. We take out their leaders, and as soon as we try and do that regime change, all those countries go to shit. And then you have people like ISIS taking over the country and destroying it.
Yeah, they're not giving into all the
It's-
bullshit that we.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
it's so like
I
this is
mean,
the thing on both sides. You just see like the stuff that the news covers, and it's one thing. The news is owned by freaking Jewish media.
Oh my gosh.
So
yeah,
it's
I know.
and I'm not saying all Jews are bad, by the
No,
way,
no,
but
no,
it's
yeah, no.
Zionist Jews
Yeah.
who believe in that Israel's government is everything,
Yeah.
and the same thing goes like there's a whole bunch of Christians. Like and I'm Christian myself, but they say that Israel is mentioned in the Bible, so we got to protect him. There's a difference between modern day's Israeli government, and the Israel in the Bible.
Oh, for sure.
Two completely different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
also how the media makes Muslims
Mhm.
seem like
Well,
they're all
that's the-
terrorists and all bad, but it's
Yeah.
like really
That's the
is it?
thing
Are
is
they?
that so there I forget what it is, but there's a lot of things about them trying to divide Muslims and Christians, and
Yeah.
it's like Muslims actually, even though they believe in Jesus, they don't believe he was the son of God, but they do believe him as a high regarded prophet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they still believe that Jesus is going to be the one that returns when the end of times are here.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of similarities. Obviously, both have different disagreements about a lot of stuff, but we're a lot closer than people think.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
And,
I
it's
mean,
like it's so weaponized against each
I
other.
know.
yes and no,
It's
because I mean, I kind of disagree a little bit, kind of with that, because so I mean, how many times has the Christian and the Catholic Bible changed over the past years? So many times.
Well,
right?
it hasn't been changed necessarily. It's been
How many
it-
books have been taken out
Well,
and added?
it's translations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the books thing that goes back to this is kind of crazy. This is more of the Catholic stuff, but the Catholic Church has the ability, or the Pope, the Vatican has the ability to take out different books from the Bible at any point they want.
Yeah.
And it's like are you familiar with like the Book of Enoch or
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's different books of the Bible that
Mhm.
were taken out,
Yeah.
and but you can still read those.
Yeah.
It's just not deemed as
Part
I
of the New
forget-
Testament or whatever.
No,
Oh.
it canon. It's not deemed as canon, so not in order or whatever.
Oh.
But yeah, it is crazy that one place or one person has power to take out books of
Oh
the
yeah.
Bible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the whole that disagreement is just it's just different translations because different times. Like obviously the book King James version that's reading howeth and though like they say all these
like
weird
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare type reading, and
Yeah.
then there's different translations today. But it's also
Yeah.
hard because it's like written in Hebrew and then also in Greek, I think, and then translating it like not everything translates to the exact words in English.
Yeah.
So it's like there's gonna be some variation, but they have like all these different scholars come together when they do make a new translation, and they kind of debate and try and figure out like how to word it the best. But yeah, it is different. Like
yeah.
there is subtle differences between that. Are you religious at all?
I mean, I was yes and no.
Mhm.
I believe to an extent,
Mhm.
and
Like
certain
we believe in
things.
God for sure, 100%.
There's definitely
Yeah.
something greater
Yeah.
than us. But there's just things that
Mhm.
I myself question more than I should, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like
We
even
are
as a
like
Christian.
church oriented, but like I wouldn't pinpoint it to a religion. But
And
he
I
was
w-
Catholic, raised as Christian.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I
And
just
like
believe in God
we
and
have
pray.
that,
Yeah.
little blueprint of
Uh-huh.
what religion is,
Yeah.
right?
Supposed to look
But,
like, and yeah.
then I kind of just believe kind of my own thing.
Yeah.
Like, based off of learning about different religions or beliefs or
Mhm.
myths and all this, right?
But I'd
Well,
say
it's hard too
Yeah.
because you gotta. I think it's healthy to question everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so, like, no matter what you believe, you should question it in 1,000 different ways and come up with your own beliefs and think whatever makes sense to you and go with that, and then continue to question what makes sense to you because that way you're gonna get closer and closer to what you believe is the truth. And so I don't think that's a bad thing that you question things. Like that's actually a really healthy and good thing because if you don't question things, then it's like that leads to delusion almost.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's really healthy actually. So I mean, I don't think there's any like negative parts about that. Like if you believe in God, then that's what matters. And I think over time that relationship will continue to develop. So
Yeah, I feel like we definitely do, or like at least have our own personal relationship with God, and like believe in Jesus Christ and all
Mhm.
that stuff. And
sure.
like,
Yeah.
there's just like, like, oh my God, like it's because you could go and debate about it all day
Mhm.
long, like
Yeah.
certain little things that but like we don't follow the religion to a strict regime
Mhm.
or anything like that. But like we do have our personal
And then
relationships.
I
with
mean,
Christ.
the Bible is what guide to everyday life.
Mhm.
Right? So,
Yeah.
and that's kind of good to use as
Mhm.
a thing.
Well, it's like most of the stuff in the Bible, it's all like it's all good stuff. Like it's like it's a good guideline for humanity for the
Yeah.
most part.
Mhm.
Like
yeah.
like you're not if you follow it, it's not like you're not going to be murdering people or doing
Exactly.
bad
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like for the most part, I think like most people would agree that like the morals in the Bible aren't bad. Like,
yeah.
And
It's
then,
just like there's subtle like
and then
disagreements
kind
and
of one
everything.
thing. It's like, I mean, there's definitely something greater than us, right?
Uh-huh.
And then it's like when shit happens or when shit hits the fan, like you better hold on to something, right?
Yeah.
Like you better have.
Well, that's what
something.
gives people hope.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is that there's something else in this
Mhm.
world,
In a
not just
psychological aspect, I like read this thing about how that people who don't have a religion or at least a belief or some sort of like something grounding them, that they're like a lot easier to
manipulate.
manipulate and like snap or like fall into like any sort of like just because it kind of like
Well,
can make them weaker in a way.
Because if there's no God, then
Mhm.
what's good or bad? Who's to say what's good or bad?
No, yeah,
Like,
yeah. So then like it could throw off your whole morals
So,
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, if there's no God or anything, then who's to say like I could kill someone?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
but
that's
why
a good
would that
thing.
matter? Yeah.
If there's no God, I think that's a good thing. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
go kill all these people.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I mean, there's still like a moral code like that. I think, and I think that's probably innately put into people by God. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think like most people, like 99.9% of people, probably grow up and know that killing people isn't a good thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like without like any sort of God, you don't really have that guideline.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, not
That's
just
true.
that. And it's like
there's-
there's definitely a God, right? Because there's definitely a devil or this evil.
Well, yeah, you see evil every
You
day.
see evil, so there's
Yeah.
definitely something
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. Like there's
you
definitely
know?
good and bad. And the gist of just
Yeah.
that.
And there's always an opposite for whatever there is in life, and you
Yeah.
see evil on a day-to-day basis, and unfortunately, it's because evil sells.
Yeah.
Like bad news
Yeah.
is what sells, so
Mhm.
that's what gets the views and the clicks,
Yeah.
and that's why you see like I don't know about you guys, but Instagram Reels, dude, I'll see some crazy stuff on there.
Oh
Like-
my God, yeah. Dude, I could sit on my phone all day. If I didn't have a
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I get a little irritated because like I have a short attention span, so I'm like, even if I'm seeing some Christian band, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go do something.
Yeah.
Dude, I
And
can
he's like,
sit there, I'm like,
you know?
and I'm like, wait a minute, like I'm still like,
That's
He's
the
like,
same
"Did you
thing with
see
my
this?"
girlfriend too?
Yeah, he's like, did you see this? I'm like, yes, I seen that like 30 minutes ago.
I'm like, yeah, but like I'll even rewatch it just to make sure I got every.
You
little
like, wait
shit,
a
you know?
minute, let me
Yeah.
zoom in on.
Yeah, my girlfriend will be like bugging me to do something, and I would just be like doom scrolling and locked in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude,
Locked,
let
dude.
me just finish this video, please.
Oh, and I'm like, dude, you're still laying down and watching videos. I'm like, come on.
It's fun though.
No,
like,
yeah,
it just
we
feed-
definitely,
it
the
just
girlfriends
feeds your
definitely do
brain.
it. We just don't let you guys
Yeah.
catch us do it.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend's a
I'm
little
sorry.
doom scroller too.
Yeah.
She's on TikTok all the time.
Yeah, no, while he's at work, I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary how like phones and social media has got, because
Yeah.
that shit is so addicting.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's crazy how our phone is us.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, I know,
yeah.
that's why
Well, like,
AI
think
and
about,
all that shit.
like,
how
this
often do you
phone
have
is really-
conversations like this nowadays?
Oh, well, me and him talk to each other like all the time like this. But
Oh
like,
yeah, well it's your partner, but like with
Yeah.
other people.
Oh, never.
And that's like, dude, before social media, that was, you were calling people
Oh, yeah.
and like talking to your neighbors
You know,
and
remember when
stuff.
you had
Go
to
like-
knock
knock
on your
on
friend's door
doors.
and be like,
Yeah,
hey, can you
used to have
can
to
they
go
hang
knock
out?
on
Yeah.
doors, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like that's, I remember, so I think we probably grew up at like the perfect time. Because we
Yeah.
got to see all technology advance to what it is today.
And then like if you got older, say he's got older
I used to
siblings or
have to
90s
remember
kids
my
and stuff.
friends' numbers.
Oh,
phone
yeah.
numbers to their house, you know, and
Yeah, address and everything.
you know, I mean, it was just crazy. I'm fucking having to walk and use the bus, just everything.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's. I remember taking the bus to Chelan when I was a little kid.
Yeah,
We'd
dude.
ride up there to go to the
Oh.
lake for the day. and
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
It's just little
dude.
things like that. We'd ride our bikes to each other's houses, and
Yeah.
dude, I
Yeah.
swear I don't see kids playing
Kids
outside
aren't outside.
anymore.
Luckily, I've
know?
been seeing him a lot more
We
lately.
did see a few, yeah.
We've been seeing kids. I don't know, like, it was after we were by Pioneer Middle School and I saw a bunch of kids. I was like, hell yeah,
Well,
dude.
you know,
I
I
do.
mean,
I do. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Go for it.
I do think. Oh, I was gonna kind of change the subject. So
Okay.
if you want to.
So, I mean, I think social media is kind of also a big problem because it's not letting people go out. Or, like, these kids are stuck on their phone, you know? But also, I think we need to figure out ways to get them out. And, like, I'm glad, like, you know, Lincoln Park got that pump track and all that.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
slowly when that she's getting
And you see
better.
Eastmont having the same
Yeah,
thing. They got a
exactly.
little pump
Somebody
track
has
there
to
and a
do
water
that.
park.
Yeah, so
But
that's
people
cool.
don't go out and dance anymore and socialize. You know how like in our parents' day and age, like they would go out to the club and they dance and they
Oh, that's cool.
socialize. They get to meet the people. Now it's like a social media. You just be having a conversation. You could be sitting at home or like just talking to somebody. Like there's no events. There's no like like Friday night jazz night or like there's no like like or there's
Yeah.
like bingo, but that's like
Yeah,
Or-
I think
or
it'd be
you-
awesome to start hosting stuff like
Dude, I
that. But it's just
know.
about
We need
having
to
the
bring it
money
back.
and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the ability
the
to.
marketing, all that stuff. Like yeah,
Dude, I would love to do some stuff with you guys. I
Yeah.
think it'd be awesome.
Dude.
Like,
Let's
I
do
think
it.
we could
Yeah.
collab and do
Uh-huh.
some awesome stuff for the
we
community.
got
Yeah.
so many ideas. Like
just getting everyone together and like being cool, like
Yeah.
socializing again. I
Exactly.
think
COVID
would be
destroyed
awesome.
everything kind of too.
Yeah.
Like socialize.
That was
Co-
a big
co-
factor, yeah. Big
Yeah.
factor.
It changed the
God,
way that we
COVID
like
changed
socialize.
the way everyone views everything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because everyone was locked in on their phones. and-
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say earlier is like you said, like our generation, it feels like we're kind of fixing things. I
Yeah.
really think that too. Like
Yeah.
you just see all the people becoming aware of what's been going on, like especially in politics. You just realize that like Israel has us by the freaking nuts right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And why is that? Like, why do we bow our heads to this country that like we should not? I think like the last president that wasn't bought out was JFK, and he was
Yep.
murdered. Like,
Yeah.
and I
Yep,
think.
and yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know if you
All
know much
the ones
about
that
that.
got murdered are the ones doing something big,
Exactly,
you
dude.
know?
and-
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
And then like the food market or like all the I'm like going crazy with all the chemicals in our food. It's like okay now candles are bad
Yeah.
for you now. Febreze is bad for you now. Lipstick's bad for you now. Makeup's
everything's
bad for
bad,
you.
yeah, and
everything's
that's how
got
they control
chemicals
us.
that
Well,
lead to
that's
cancer.
that's one thing I really liked about RFK. So he was running as a libertarian at first, and then like he's really about like health and fitness and everything, and he's trying to take out like all the chemicals and food dyes. Like why do we have
Yeah.
Red 40 and fucking
Dude,
everything,
for real.
dude?
Like it's
Like,
ridiculous.
Why
Like,
are we the
got
only
beetroot
country
powder
and all
that
this stuff
allows
to-
to have all these?
Yeah, and then Europe has
extra
all these
shit.
high standards for food. The same exact thing. They got
It's
Fruit Loops that taste the
humiliating.
exact same, but they're just not as colorful. Like, dude,
Yeah.
if I don't have cancer and I'm eating dull colored food,
I
I'm okay
know,
with that.
right?
Yeah.
Like, if I live an extra
Same.
40 years
No,
because my
yeah.
food isn't colorful,
Mm-hmm.
Take the color out.
Oh yeah.
No, and some
Same
of the
with
stuff,
like
it's just
ketchup
like the
and all this. Like, why
yeah.
is there all these ingredients in ketchup when it should just be like
Tomatoes.
tomatoes?
And like
some
corn
other
syrup is
thing,
like
right?
in
Yeah.
freaking like bread now, and
Everything.
I'm like, what? It's like,
Well,
dude, what?
Tell me why I have bread in my pantry that hasn't got moldy in 3 months.
Dude,
Like,
for real, I was saying that about this loaf of bread that we had. I was like, dude, what?
I saw a video and there's this guy, he had it and he put it under water and like squeezed it. And
Oh,
it was
yeah,
I
it's like a
seen that
sponge.
like a
too.
sponge. It's a
Dude.
sponge.
It's so
and
overwhelming.
it's like, why are they doing this? Because like I feel like
know.
adding more chemicals can't be cheaper. I mean, maybe it is
Dude,
because it
for
lasts.
real, I was telling him that how is like how McDonald's fries has hella like shit in it. How is like fry salt and like that not cheaper than all these
How
freaking
is there more
preservatives?
ingredients in fries or like, you know, why all the chemicals?
like all the seed oils
it
and
should
Yeah.
just be
stuff, and-
potatoes, salt, and not like
and
you
the
know.
oil to cook it in, like just the
Yeah.
regular oil, like
Yeah.
vegetable oil. Like,
I know.
why are we getting 20,000 ingredients that I don't know the fucking names on?
I
Exactly.
know. That's so scary too.
Can't
and
even
like,
pronounce
Yeah,
it. you know.
dude, I see these videos of like there's this one chemist online who like has a cup and then he has the product right there and then he dumps all the like actual ingredients in there and he's like,
Oh,
this is
yep.
what you're actually eating right here.
oh yeah, like Little Debbie's. Little Debbie's is one of the worst. Because
Yeah.
we used to like it so much, and I like saw that video, the oatmeal one. I
might
was like, oh
still
my
eat
god,
some, though.
the corn syrup.
I'm still
I
gonna
know,
eat
you
some
know
though.
what? And I was just talking to my friend. I was like, you know what? We can't, like, literally nobody can cut out it completely. Because I was thinking about all the girls who, like, sorry, I follow this one girl, like, thinks that she, oh, no, I mean, it's good, like, to limit your plastic consumption. But I'm like, so, like, the thing that, okay, like, oh my God. So, like, let's say they made something in it. Yeah, okay, like, you can't limit your plastic consumption because, like, the straw that they give it to you, or, like, that's plastic. You could opt out, but that straw was still produced in a factory, or, like, it's hard because it is true. If the
It's
more
already
we stop
produced,
using
even
it,
if it's not consumed.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
They're producing it so fast that even if we stop consuming, the plastic's still gonna be there. And
It's
the
there,
first piece
yeah.
of plastic that was ever invented is still here to this day. So
Yeah.
it's like, fuck,
It's
ain't-
crazy.
Yeah.
mean,
It's
they-
also like the microplastics that we've eaten.
Oh, my
I just
God.
saw a video like a doctor explaining that each of us have like on average a tablespoon of microplastics in our brain. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy
I
to
told
think
them,
about.
I'm like, we're gonna morph into these weird plastic beings.
Like, well, and you don't realize it. Like a spoonful doesn't sound like that much, but then when
Yeah.
you realize a full
shit,
spoonful
yeah.
in your head,
Yeah.
like that
Holy
can't be good for
shit.
you. Like
Yeah,
humans didn't
no.
have that 300 years ago. Like
I know.
I know, right?
Damn.
it's scary.
Yeah.
But what you guys know about them cosmic brownies, dude? Those
Oh
things
my
are bomb.
God.
Little
Which
Debbie,
ones?
The
little Debbie's.
cosmic bread, the
Oh,
little Debs that with the little colorful.
dude,
oh,
Yeah,
those
no.
things are
those things.
Fire.
bomb.
Those are
I
fire.
love them. Or they're like those little oatmeal pie cookies.
Those are the
Oh
ones
my
that were
God,
really
yeah.
good. Yeah, he likes
Yeah.
the Swiss rolls. Those were
Those are
his
I'm all
go-to.
about the Swiss
Yeah.
rolls, yeah.
He loves the Swiss
Dude,
rolls.
I got a sugar addiction. I'm not gonna
Oh
lie.
yeah,
like,
I've been candy was my thing for so long, and like I've been getting better, but yeah.
Yeah, that's
And soda too. We try to, but like I said, you can't avoid it. And like we have friends who have children, and it's like they're trying to do the best that they can, and like they obviously care about. Because some people
Man,
online
I
will
don't
be
e-
like, "Oh, you don't care about your kids.
We
You're
don't
feeding
have
them that crap." It's
we
like, dude,
don't
it's
have
everywhere.
kids, but I know that like when I have kids or if I have kids, I don't know what I'd do though either. Cause
Because it's like you
it's
can't
hard
avoid
'cause
it.
do
everything
ask
has
for
it.
all
Yeah,
the
it's
sugars, right?
everywhere.
And it's like my kid's not gonna want to eat apples. It's he's gonna want to eat
He's got a lot of
Yeah.
gummies over
fucking
apples.
cookie or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Yeah,
So I
same
think-
how we grew up.
But is he though? Like maybe
Yeah.
it's just the way
That's
you.
why I said you don't let
I
him see
think
it.
it's probably just the way we're wired because that's what we grew up on. But like, if you make the change, and that's what you're talking about, our generation getting better. If
Mhm.
you are able to make stuff at home, like then you know what's going in it. Like if you make your own cookies, you can know.
Yeah.
Like, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
just have pure sugar going into that, that's fine. But like you don't like your sugar, your eggs and whatever it takes to make cookie dough. Like
Yeah.
chocolate chips, at least you know what's going in there. With the stuff you buy from the store, dude,
Oh, for
I
sure.
don't know. Like
Yeah.
and
I know,
pure
that's
pure
true.
sugar isn't like gonna be terrible for you. Obviously, it's
Yeah,
not great
like-
for you, but at least you know it's not mixed with a whole bunch of preservatives.
Yeah, like the like how like if you make cookies at home, even you making a homemade cookie is better than like a store bought cookie because it doesn't even though it's high in sugar, it doesn't have the corn syrup, the preservatives, all the stuff that like is hard for
yeah.
your body to process, which is
Mhm.
like. But also America targeted that a long time ago when they sent women to work because like and then they made consumption and convenience and like all that stuff such a priority that it's like Like everything all went down.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how the world would run without preservatives, though, because it's
things would go bad so
yes,
quickly.
All
it is
this
kind of the way
meat, I
that
mean,
like
how do we have all this
survive,
meat that feeds all these people?
Well,
How does every grocery store have all this chicken, all this
I
meat?
think if we were somehow able to make it more affordable, we wouldn't have that problem, because the prices of things have caused everything or caused people to stop buying healthy foods. But if we found a way to make that more affordable, we wouldn't have a problem with it going to waste, because more people would be buying it.
Yeah.
And so we wouldn't have to worry about it being preserved, because people are actually buying it.
I agree.
On time.
And then there's the thing about the vegans, which like I wish I could be a vegan, but I always tell him how that like then there's a debate how like we're meant to eat meat, which I don't want to argue that, but like how I feel like if we like, cause how the government's been like taking out farmers for years and years and years, and and like we don't have local farmers, we don't have like local butchers anymore, like how they used to do. That way we know our meat wouldn't be so processed if
he's a
if
scary
the system
guy.
Bill Gates is doing really
Sorry
well.
to cut you off,
No,
by the
yeah,
way.
yeah. But yeah, like if everything, like I was telling him, I'm like, we need to start going to the farmers market, start supporting people who don't spray, and all the big corporations that buy out all these farmers, and
We need
like
our own land.
yeah, I know, but it'd be cool if we could like
That's the
almost
main-
go back in time a little bit,
That's
but like
the
to
main
back
goal,
to
yeah.
like local farming, local growing,
Like
small
local
business.
supporting your community.
Yeah.
Like that's
and it would be a
that's the
healthier,
thing.
better quality of life. I feel like.
Yeah, way healthier.
Yeah.
If you actually know where everything's
Yeah, I know,
sourced
right?
and grown.
And like if people could make a living out of it, like freaking how farmers would, like it would make sense.
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
God, I don't know how we got to
But
the
we're
way
just
that we
all
are today. But
consumers. America's just full of consumers.
Yeah, I mean
So-
that's the one problem with like capitalism is I
Yeah.
love capitalism. Don't get me wrong, 'cause
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a
free
best
market
idea.
because now I can make as much money as I want, and
Oh,
I'm not a doctor who makes the same as a fast food worker. So thank God for that. But at the same time,
Yeah.
it's like then we have people spending all this money on ridiculous stuff, and all these companies taking advantage of all these people, and I don't know. It's hard to put ethics and with money and ethics. A lot of people just get too money hungry, and it's honestly, it's like these 5 major families that rule the world.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh, yeah.
Rothschilds,
Yeah.
like whoever owns BlackRock,
Mm-hmm.
all these big these big corporations, and they kind of own everything. Like it's just so sad. I think
I know. I think it's gonna be we're gonna be fighting it until like forever.
Yeah.
But
hopefully, or unless we get like a young leader, like who's
I
kind of
would
from
love
our
for
generation.
something-
Like
Yeah.
something
I
good.
think we'll start seeing massive change.
Did you see what Trump said? He's gonna have Jake Paul.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's
oh,
crazy. Dude, I
outta
saw
here,
that.
man.
Like,
Hey, so like I've been also reading these things about how like it's all rumors, right? But like how there's like psychologists who like watch Trump and like watch the way that he talks, and like rumors of him like having like onset of dementia and Alzheimer's and stuff, and that's why he messes up a lot, and the things that he says like what did he go? He said, what did he say? Where it was a part where he was supposed to not read that part, but he said it out loud. He's like, I said, say your name.
I say your
He
name.
goes, I
here.
say your name. He read it out loud.
Yeah.
yeah,
Fucking
no, it's
idiot.
just, dude. Like I think there should be probably realistically some sort of age cap
Yeah.
on presidency and all politics. Because why do we
Yeah.
have people in the Senate and stuff that are 90-something years old?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy's gonna die. He
I
doesn't
know,
care
right?
about
And
us.
like times have
So,
changed so much.
I think the reason behind that is because they've
They've played the game for so long.
Yeah.
exactly, and they already know the Constitution. But
Yeah.
then if they know
Well,
the
I don't even think it's
Constitution,
that, dude. I think they're just scammers, and they've
Oh,
they've just
yeah.
worked the
you know how
system
much
for
money
so
they're
long.
making?
Well, that's the thing. Like, you can't tell me Nancy Pelosi and all these freaking people, like, it's been proven, all the insider trading. Like, how does a person who has a salary, like our politician who is supposed to make $100,000 a year, how do they go from being a candidate and then 2 years later of making $100,000 a year have $10 million?
$10 million. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
No,
Like,
because
dude.
all these organizations and things they make
Yeah.
to get all these funds, right? And they're just taking all our money.
Politics is such a scam, and I really hope our generation, which at 35 years old you can run. So I think really in probably 15 to 20 years is when we can see like real change. Hopefully sooner.
I
But-
want change.
and
in,
hopefully
like,
we're still here
everything.
by then,
I
like-
know, right? I know, right?
Because it really feels like we're about to be in World War III if
I
we're not
know.
already.
Oh, for sure,
Like,
we already are.
Like
you know?
and that's the thing is I actually saw a video or a post about someone saying how people didn't call it World War II at the time either. Like it didn't get called that
Oh
until
yeah,
later.
until like
Yeah.
So
after
it's like,
it was already.
I mean, if you really think about that, like
it already started.
North Korea and South
Yeah.
Korea are always in conflicts. Ukraine and Russia, Israel and freaking every country over
I
there.
mean, sometimes like recently, I'm like, damn, like I'm kind of more like with North Korea and fucking Russia
Dude,
right
it's
now.
like
It's like shit, bomb us, dude.
well, also as like a
Not
Christian,
bomb us,
that's,
but
that's
like
what I freaking hate about all these wars too. Is like as Christians, we're called not to kill other Christians, and yet like how am I supposed to support a government that completely hates like Russia, for example, where their population's over 80% Christian?
yeah.
Like, and so I'm supposed
Yeah.
to like think these people are terrible people.
and
like
we're all
maybe,
human. Like at the end of the day, that's
Yeah.
where it's like,
Yeah.
oh god,
Like,
yeah.
I know.
dude. And so like I saw this video of like an ex-Navy SEAL who has killed people, and he's like, I barged into this guy's house in Iraq, and in the middle of the night, and his whole family was sleeping, and he reached over for his gun, and I had to kill him. And he's like, but then I put myself in his shoes. What if someone just barged into my house in the middle of the night and had a gun pointed at me? I'd probably reach for a gun too, trying to protect my family. I don't know who these guys are.
Yeah.
And he goes, this guy was just protecting his family, and I killed him in
Yeah.
the middle of the night. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's so sad. 'Cause he's
That
like,
is
I could have
very
had a
sad.
beer with this person. Like, we could have been
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
yeah.
and that's really what it is. Like, I don't think we don't hate each other naturally.
No.
Yeah.
It's like all forced on us. Like,
Uh-huh.
It is.
I guarantee you, the people of Iran and China and Russia and North Korea aren't bad people.
Mhm.
I think we're all propagandized against each
Oh, for
other,
sure.
and it's so sad because, like, as a world, it'd be so nice to be able to travel anywhere and not have to worry about
Dude.
anything.
No, I know,
like,
right?
So nice.
and it
So
sucks.
nice.
Like, I don't want people to hate America because we have
No.
such a beautiful country
yeah,
here.
we do.
And
yeah.
I just don't think. I had someone on my podcast. I haven't posted a video yet, but he was saying he's an isolationist. Like, I don't think we should be involved in other countries' conflicts. Like,
I don't either.
what's like
Yeah.
why we should stop policing the world.
That's
Yeah,
kind of what
that's
I asked.
what America's always got our foot in somewhere. Always
Oh,
in
actually,
something,
it was
you know?
my
It's-
coworker because I was kind
Yeah.
of telling her a little bit of this.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me ask you something. I was like, why do we have all these Army and Navy bases all over the world?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why?
Supposedly to protect and keep shit
Mhm.
civilized.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, like they should be fucking right around,
Mhm.
you know, the.
Maybe in like near, like maybe have bases with our like local countries, like
Yeah.
Mexico or Canada.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, the
Mexico,
ones that
for
on our
example,
continent.
such a beautiful country, and like
Yeah.
that country is torn apart by all the
Oh, dude.
cartels and
Yeah.
stuff. And it's
Uh-huh.
like, dude, I would love to travel there, but it's just like so many people are so scared with all this shit going on
fuck
right
yeah.
now. And
Oh,
if we
yeah.
allocated our
Yeah.
resources towards like cleaning up like all the gang violence there,
Oh yeah.
that country could be so beautiful.
Oh my
for
god,
sure.
there's so many things that are so intertwined though. Like, cause like I believe that
And-
America's also like one of the top consumers of like drugs in general.
Yeah.
So like we're so tied
Oh,
in.
we're
and
the
it's like
biggest
freaking complicated.
consumers,
Like
yeah.
God.
I think we should get rid of 3-letter agencies. Like
Yeah.
the CIA,
Oh.
they're the ones who
Oh my
fucking
God.
introduced heroin in
Yeah.
Baltimore back in
Mhm.
like
They
the
were
80s or
transporting
whatever.
Oh,
it
yeah.
over here. Yeah.
and
And-
crack. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, our own government is our biggest drug dealer.
No,
Oh,
for
yeah.
real, straight up. And then like, oh my god, that's a whole
There's
nother
this
topic.
theory or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's like, you know, when they do all these drug busts, and then they just resell it back to the
Mhm.
street.
Yeah. Oh,
So
and
it
or
can-
two other who shit, who knows?
It just
Yeah, who
gets,
knows?
Yeah.
It's just so corrupt. dude.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sorry to bring you guys into all the politics stuff,
Nah,
but it's
nah,
kind,
nah.
it's kind,
It's
it's kind of
kinda
fun to
fun.
talk
No,
about.
it is
like,
because it's like,
especially when you have people who are like open-minded, who like
yeah,
don't like, who aren't like super far either way. It's like then you can have like an open discussion.
Oh, yeah.
That's
for
where
real,
prob-
and like
that's where
nobody gets
problems-
butthurt about it.
Yeah, that's where problems get solved. Like I'm sure we have
Mhm.
disagreements about
Oh, yeah.
certain things, but it's like, dude, I'm not crazy, like, and you're
Oh, for
not
sure.
crazy either. But like,
Yeah.
it's like, but it's, God, it's just been so polarized on
Oh,
both
yeah.
sides where
Mhm.
we're just taught to hate each other. And it's
Yeah.
like, dude, I wish we would just have someone like freaking JFK. This guy was a freaking proud Democrat who
Mhm.
supported America and wanted America to be at its best.
Oh yeah.
My
and
dad
that-
told me that our country was at its best when JFK.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
look, that's what the
yeah.
baby boomers. Look at all the
Yeah,
people, like all the
yeah.
families. You were able to work
Yeah.
at McDonald's and buy a house.
Yes,
Oh my
literally.
God,
God,
yeah.
yeah.
Something crazy.
Times were great.
So
at
the
that
minimum
time,
wage in, I think it's the 1980s, to have the same buying power as it does today, we would need our minimum wage would need to be $63 or $64 now to have the same buying power as they did in the 80s.
I can't
That's
believe
crazy.
it. I can't
And it's like
believe it.
our national minimum wage is still like $7.25.
Yeah.
Here
That-
we're lucky because it's like 17 something,
yeah.
but still
know.
everything costs a shit ton
Oh,
here.
fuck yeah,
No,
dude.
no, yeah.
I
For
mean,
real.
in Florida, I think it's like 8-10
It bothers
bucks.
me that when
So
you turn on the
sad.
news that people aren't talking about like shit like this. Like I never like they like vaguely or like it's all a bunch of like one and when you listen to like, it's like the monotone voices and they're not even talking about anything that really
that
correlates
doesn't
to
matter.
anything yet. And it's like how come us me and him both didn't even graduate high school, but yet we have more common sense than like the majority
Yeah.
of these people. Like
It's like, why are we focused on these other countries when
Yeah.
our country's falling
apart?
apart?
Yeah. And it's been for like years.
It's
Yeah.
been a slow decay since the 60s. Really.
Yeah, and we're
Like,
just now like, I don't know. That's
It's
why I'm
too
like, oh
late
shit,
now,
it's
right?
all
yeah,
falling
I
apart.
really hope it's not.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
No, yeah, no.
I saw something that it's like the world kind of goes in 80-year cycles where it's like a nation has good times and then the good times create easy times and the easy times create hard times and the hard times create good times again. So it's like we're at the end of the cycle where we're about to go into hard times because we've had it so easy for so long.
Yeah.
And that could be what this war leads to. I really hope not. I really hope that we don't end up getting freaking nuked
Man,
or
you know,
something.
sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I don't know if I'd be ready for a nuke, but like, I'll tell her, I'm like, dang, we need to get ready for like in case anything does happen.
But it's like the only positive thing about war is that it gives everything a reset pretty much. Like it creates a strong society again if you survive it. And then 2 is it would erase our national debt because if we just beat everyone in a war, then we don't have to worry about paying anyone back.
Yeah.
Because then we're like, all right, that debt's back to 0.
Yep.
Which our debt problem is fucking insane too.
It's crazy.
But that's another
Yeah.
fucking story.
Shit, we're a third world country, dude.
Yeah, it's insane. God, we just have so many problems, like you said. I wish we talked about more.
Yeah.
And wish
Trump said we're a third world country.
And then our
himself, you know?
educational system, I mean, like how you're talking about, like, somebody from our generation to be 35 and to run for president. It's like, dang, like they never even like they didn't even prepare us to like do taxes. Like how can a person who got a general education like think of even becoming the president? But yet we all deserve a chance.
If you the modern day education system was built to make factory workers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Henry Ford helped develop it. Actually, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow.
He helped develop the modern day school system. So it's like that's why you have due dates because like in factories you have a certain amount of time to get stuff done.
Yeah.
You also have like just all these things where you're told things and you have to do them. And it's like all these commands.
Yeah.
Sit
Show up
down,
at
raise
7,
your
leave at
hand.
3.
Yeah,
Lunch.
exactly.
Bathroom
Breaks.
when you got
So
break.
it's preparing people to become factory workers and not do things that they actually enjoy. I think
And
if
dream of,
schools,
It's just an institution. You know,
I
because,
think if schools were actually dedicated towards doing things that people enjoy, like teaching people how to be plumbers or engineers or,
He was just
or
talking about
architects.
that.
Yeah.
The school that's the Pinnacle Prep is doing, they got so much hands-on learning that
Dude,
they're doing over there.
I mean, it's a private school, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta pay it,
Costs a lot of money, but
that's-
it's better.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is
we
totally,
should-
totally. I mean,
you know,
it's
public
unfortunate
schools
that everybody doesn't have that opportunity to education like that.
I mean,
I didn't
the
even-
kids at the Pinnacles Prep School, they're doing like robotics in middle school. It's like, dude, we didn't even have that till like high school.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
see,
like, they're
imagine
so advanced.
Imagine a world where our government dedicated resources to make all schools standard like that, like our private schools that
We could
actually
be
have those type of resources. Dude, I think our the kids and people would thrive and just we'd be
It would
happier as a
change-
society.
Yeah, it'd be crazy because also like with the business opportunities like in America and just the opportunities in general that you can use with education. That's why I think they kind of keep us dumb.
I mean, look at this video, right? It's like that's what they're teaching. That's over there, right? And then they're teaching us all these other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and both schools are fucked up. I think. Like,
both.
like
Oh yeah.
it's like one's teaching their kids freaking about using guns and being ready for the military, and one's teaching their kids about their gender. And it's like I really don't think we should be like introducing kids to that right now.
Yeah.
Any
Exactly.
either or violence
you
or
know?
questioning your gender. Yeah.
I think we should be teaching kids about their passions and allowing them to explore hobbies and stuff that they want to pursue.
How to stay as kids.
And how to be successful in life. Like, how come we don't learn how to do our taxes in school?
Oh, yeah.
How come that's
Nothing,
not
buy a
mandatory?
home, financing,
Exactly.
any of that. Yeah.
But if I don't know how to do freaking geometry or algebra 2, then I'm not graduating?
yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
How does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't even need geometry to
I
do all
know.
those things.
Yeah, it's like same thing with like you need a specific science credit to graduate high
When's the
school.
last time you used
Exactly.
Y equals MX plus B?
You know,
Y
equals
yeah.
MX
I see. I
plus
don't know. MX plus B.
And then
Y
it's like,
is
when you
equals
go home
MX
and, like, and the
plus
kids
B.
ask the parents, well, Mom, like, and I tell my dad, I'm never going to use this. He's like, yeah, well, you're probably not. Like, I can't literally give you a good reason why you should stay in school, except for if you don't want to be poor all your life, because that's what they tell you. If you don't get a degree, you're going to be poor and you're not going to make it up to
system,
anything.
you know. And
Yeah.
I mean, how I said, school's an institution. Jails, prisons, they're also institutions. If you look at they got the same tables where you eat. They got the same food trays.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
The same
everything's
lunch. Yeah.
so similar. The schedule, the way they control you, you know, it's just so they control you.
God,
you know.
college is such a scam too.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I think the college is good for people who want to be lawyers, doctors, or something that's like a highly skilled position. But so many people are fed that they need to go to college to be successful, and then they go there and don't even use their degree.
Exactly.
And
they can't find a job.
So
in the
and now
degree,
this
they just
person
don't
gets
use
out
it.
of college, they're over $100,000 in debt, which college debt is the only thing that you can't file bankruptcy on. So you're paying on that debt the rest of your life, and you're held to this, and it's like you're setting people up for failure.
Literally.
And it's so sad because it's like fed into us that we need to go to college or else you're not going to be successful.
You know, and then something that is crazy as well is like some colleges will charge you more for just because of what college they are. You know, like
oh yeah, you know what? Like we're just a
you
bougie
could go
college.
to Central and be a teacher, but if you go to a different college to be a teacher, they'll charge you a whole different amount just because of what school they are, right? But if you want to be a teacher, it doesn't matter what college you go to.
Yeah.
Or
If
where
wanna
you
be
get
a
the
teacher,
education, because
you
it should be the same.
Yeah, and you yourself will determine how good of a teacher you are, right? Because if you want to be a teacher, you should be the best teacher, or you should do the best you can to be the best teacher.
I think that's why you're also seeing a shift in homeschooling. A lot of people are starting to do that more because they don't want their kids being taught this nonsense.
Yeah.
Like they want to be able to control what their kids are being taught. And I actually think that homeschooling probably creates a better relationship with your kids too.
Yeah.
Like think about how often, especially now, like we've pushed this thing that women should go to work. And I don't know what your thoughts are on that or whatnot, but we've pushed this for so long, and it's actually almost like it's really negatively affected a lot of households because now the mom isn't present, and the mom's the nurturer. The mom's usually the one who the kids can connect with, and really like that's their person who like really gets deep with their kids. Obviously the dad can too, but the mom is like the one who's gonna be there to help pick them up and just help them with all their problems.
Yeah.
And
if mom's stressed about freaking work and stuff, she can't be compassionate or care about you because she's
and
then
then
go.
She's got to do
and then
two
you're
full-time jobs.
And then you're sending your kid off to some daycare, so you're having someone else raise your kids or some school, some teachers that you don't know what they're teaching your kid.
Sometimes they even build a better relationship with that kid than you yourself, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want that one.
No.
It's scary, dude.
That is
like,
very scary.
As a parent, like I'm not a parent yet, but I want to be like my kid's biggest role model, and I want to be in their life, and I want them to look at me like I'm a great father. And like I'm sure like if you guys have kids, you want them to look at you and like be proud of who their parents are.
Yeah, definitely.
And, like it's like I look at my dad for example, and like I'm really like I still look at him like he was like very active in my life, and I look at him and I'm proud that he's my dad because like he coached me growing up and played sports with me and was always there for me. And it's like when you have something like that, you just know how much that means to a kid because they just want you to be there. They just want you to be present.
Yeah, exactly. And like but there's a debate with like I feel like women should have always had the right to work, and based on your financial situation with your spouse you can like go on that. But the fact that it was pushed to be normalized so much because there's women who are escaping domestic violence situations, blah blah blah, they need resources and ways to get money, and I feel like when they couldn't work, that was a lot of a way where women were trapped.
No, actually
but like now it's like there's so many women who like want to, like I follow a bunch of girls who are like, it's like a stay-at-home mom trend, but she's like follow me so that because my husband keeps telling me that I might have to go back to work again, but I don't want to because I'm gonna miss my kids. And so she's like, please follow whatever we like, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, like it does suck not to have that at home.
Well,
for the ones who
and
want
it sucks if they're trying to get away and can't because they won't have money or anything, then that sucks, But if I mean, it's hard now because how everything's going up and like everything's expensive. Your husband or the one husband can't afford to raise the kids
Yeah.
and to feed everyone in the
Yeah.
family.
Well,
you
that's
know?
that's what's like really sad is like I do think that women should be allowed to work. I'm not against
Yeah.
that whatsoever. Like there's
Yeah.
because there's
Mhm.
women who just they want to focus on a career path, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Like if that's what you want to do, that's completely okay. But
Yeah.
I think that our society should make it more like back again where in like the 60s to where it's more normalized for the woman to be able to raise their kids and be home and the man
Oh, yeah.
provides. But also like our economy isn't allowing that.
No.
So like we have to figure out this
Yeah.
freaking economy problem because
Yeah.
it's terrible. Like I would love for my girlfriend to be able to eventually raise our kids one day and allow her to be and allow her to at least have the option
Yeah.
so she doesn't have to work her life away.
Yep,
Because as a
exactly.
man, I'm
Yeah.
willing to sacrifice that.
Yeah, like-
I'm willing to work, but I want my person, my significant other, to be as happy and as comfortable as possible. And I'm sure you feel that
Yeah.
too.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
And-
because it's like if you're both in survival mode, it's like
Mhm.
trying to do a family when you're like literally just trying to keep both everybody's head
Mhm.
above water. It's like where's the time for the love? Where's the time for the quality family time? Where's the time for even yourself? Like I feel like it goes in with keeping us so distracted, so busy to like the divorce rates and then like just the families.
That's
Yeah,
something
it's all
so sad
yeah.
too. Is like I think money and financially that's one of the main reasons for divorce
divorce,
rates.
yeah.
Is because people are so stressed, and then
Mhm.
like that's one thing. Just naturally, the way we're wired is because women are used to being the nurturers, not the providers.
Yeah.
And so when women are forced to be put in those roles, it causes this extra stress, and they already got to deal with their own like their menstrual cycles and all this other things that
Yeah.
comes with being a mother that
Mhm.
guys won't understand
Mhm.
and it pushes all this extra stuff on them, and then that leads them to being unhappy, and then like they just
Yeah.
instinctually think that since my man's not providing enough for me to not work, I'm not happy, so I gotta leave them to be
Oh, yeah.
happier. And
Mhm.
it's so sad because like there's so many people who if the man was just able to make enough money to survive, their woman would be so much happier.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it's like their lives are what is making them miserable, not each other.
Mhm.
Like, but they don't realize that until it's too late.
Yeah,
And then they choose. Sometimes
Oh,
they
yeah.
switch career paths, and it's like, what if that was your person, but you guys like it just didn't work because all the circumstances, but like that could have been your soulmate. Or
I
something.
think that's like the main downfall of like the early feminist movement was like they're the ones who propagated this narrative that women should all be working
Mhm.
and like that's what started. And I get the original like reasons for like wanting the woman to be able to work in general because like I
yeah.
said, I think that should be an option.
Yeah.
But I think when like now that we're to a point where we're forcing women to work in order just for a family to get by,
Yeah.
it's like come on.
Yeah,
man.
no,
like
that's
some
crazy.
women are like that's their goal and that's all they want to do. They just want to be a stay-at-home mom. They want to raise a family and that's beautiful. And like you said, some are like ambitious and want to
Have
be a lawyer
career
or
success
whatever.
too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome too. Like
Yeah.
good for you. Like
Yeah, you
chase
should
your
be able to
goals
do
and do what
whatever.
makes you happy.
Mhm.
And I think having that option is awesome. And I think
yeah.
unfortunately we're going away towards we don't really have that option
Yeah,
anymore.
we're like you just kind of got to work because you can't afford anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's
It
sad
is.
because I wish people just had that option. And I don't know, I saw this thing where Elon Musk said it. I don't know if it'll actually happen, but he thinks just due to AI, eventually we're going to get to a point where we have a universal high income, and that's basically where everyone is basically there's so much money because AI has pretty much taken over all the jobs where there's so much money left over to where everyone will basically have a high income given to them, and that allows you the time to chase your passions and actually do things you enjoy. And also you have high income, you can still buy whatever you want and purchase whatever service you want still. But it's like in theory, how does that work?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
people, a lot of men specifically get their purpose driven, and they get that purpose from their work. And if you don't have
Yeah.
work, that can lead to more mental health stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
kind of seems like the way AI is developing that we're going towards a jobless society, which is really scary. And
Very,
I don't
very,
know,
very. Oh, yeah.
and I don't think anyone knows how to solve that problem.
Yeah. I
That's
don't
why
want
I'm
that.
staying with food because
Like everybody needs
I'm
food.
staying with food.
Well, yeah, like my day job's a plumber, so it's
Yeah.
like it's gonna be really hard for an AI to take over my job
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Fucking AI robot. I don't think it's gonna. Yeah.
And it's like, how the hell could like building the freaking robot be cheaper than paying me every hour? I
Yeah,
don't know. It's
right,
fuck,
yeah.
I don't
But
know.
then, like, you think about it, well, if this robot lasts 10 years and I don't have to
Uh-huh.
pay him,
yeah,
then,
the
Yeah.
amount of money you wasted paying an employee for 10 years.
Yeah.
God.
and I
I
think,
just-
like, the higher production we do, the cheaper it's going to get to build AIs. Like, it's crazy to think about. So if people wanted to help you guys and kind of help, like, your goals and do what you guys are doing, or maybe not necessarily do what you guys are doing, but help support your mission, what would be the best way to help?
What do you
Well,
think?
I mean, like
Well,
first step,
first off,
go to our Instagram. You know, Street
first off,
Smiles.
kind of just
Yeah.
follow us, comment, like, do all that, kind of share and support our page, and then that's free.
Mm-hmm.
That's free. And we do have that GoFund, which our link is in the profile.
Mm-hmm.
They could donate there, or we also have an Amazon wish list where they can go and buy things on that wish list, and that'll just get sent to us, and then we just go and distribute.
And also, for anyone watching, GoFundMe, if you donate to that link, you can write that off come tax season next year, just so you know. Any GoFundMe, you can keep track of that money and write that off so you're paying less in taxes or receiving more in taxes come tax season next time. So just a heads up, you're going to be supporting local people, helping a good and moral cause. So that is something that you should maybe donate a little bit to.
Oh, yeah.
Think about.
And if you guys don't have any money, he has an email on there that you guys can email for just to volunteer.
Yeah,
help.
we will take volunteers, and like I said, that's free. So no money, you don't have to buy any of that.
We also accept non-perishables, anything in your guys' cabinets that you're not gonna eat.
Yeah. Canned foods,
old clothes, just
old
no
clothes.
undergarments.
It's gonna be spring here
Yeah.
soon, so spring cleaning.
Shoes,
a lot of
whatever.
people do that. So if you guys got shoes, we got a lot of men's stuff.
Yeah, we're in
Still,
shortage of women's clothing.
Women,
Yeah.
we need a lot of women's stuff. But yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then, if you guys wanted to shout out a few people who have helped you along the lines or anything like that, let's.
Yeah, there's Pamela Peterson.
Pamela Peterson out
she's-
from Cashmere. Shout out to her. She was
She was our
actually
first donation.
Yeah. She was the first person to donate food, clothes.
She's been helping out all her life.
We stay in contact with her. We see her maybe once a week as well. She donates even where did she say? Thailand or something like that?
She visits the Philippines and helps people
Philippines.
out there. She's worked in the valley. I forgot. She's told us. We've talked so much with her that it's going over my head right now. But yeah, she's a great one.
So shout out to her. Shout out to Desert Lodge or Desert Canyon Lodge for donating all those blankets.
Weinstein is gonna get us those sodas.
For shooting, for sodas.
Your work, his boss.
Yeah, my bosses. I know we had a few people that donated clothes. I don't know if they'd want me to. They didn't want to be in some of the videos when I went, so I was like,
Grace
no, that's
Evans donated.
Grace Evans,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but we appreciate everyone that has donated or volunteered or just even helped, like, comment, and share.
And just one more time, the Instagram is Street Smiles, right?
It's street_smiles6.
And is there a Z in there?
No, it's all with an
S.
S.
Oh, okay. I don't even know.
Just to clarify, then, your name is
Tawny,
and your name is Alfredo, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just so everyone knows, this is who you are getting to know and watch a little bit. If you just want to say like one quick fact about you and like a sentence or two to describe who you are.
I don't know. You go first.
I'd say I'm just another girl in a small town trying to make a difference.
Yeah. I'm just trying to spread love with food. Honestly, yeah, that's who I am.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. I appreciate that. And then for anyone watching, what would be your final message? Something that you feel maybe just pulling at your heart a little bit that you want to just let people know, or maybe just a piece of advice or anything, a final message from each of you guys.
Gosh, I mean, the world can be such a cruel place, so let's just make it a better place. And it's kind of corny, but every time you feel like giving up, just don't. Because every time I felt like giving up, I always, the next day that I hung in a little longer, I said, you know what, I'm proud of myself that I made it this far. So just keep going.
My message is just, be kind. Kind of like what we've been talking about the whole time, is you don't know what anyone else is going through. Why make someone's day harder, and why make it harder for yourself? You know,
Yeah.
it's like it takes more energy to be
Negative.
negative and mean than to just show some love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's kind of our goal, is just showing love and making sure that no one feels forgotten. You know.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Sweet. Tawny, Alfredo,
Tony.
Yeah.
this is Street Smiles. Thank you guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, you got me sweating over here.